Good evening, everybody. Thank you for joining us, and welcome to Game Night on the Region Sports Network. We come to you tonight from Merrillville High School as the Region Sports Network presents live audio coverage of Indiana high school football as the visiting LaPorte Slicers take on the Merrillville Pirates. My name is Quincy Bell, and I will have all of the play-by-play action for tonight's game. And joining me with the color analysis is Chris Fig. Good evening, Chris. We should have a good matchup on our hands between two teams that were victorious their last time out.
Good evening, Quincy. It's good to be back with you, man, and I agree. We should have a good game on our hands tonight. Got a very strong Merrillville team going against a very strong LaPorte team as well, so curious to see how it plays out. Both run very similar defenses in a 4-3, so you're going to be pretty familiar running against those, but it'll be kind of interesting to see how LaPorte plays compared to the last time I saw them against Chesterton.
LaPorte sitting at 2-3 on the year. They won their first DAC game in over a year last week against Lake Central, a game they won 27-16. Merrillville went over to Michigan City and put a beating on the Wolves, 44-7, and they are led by the region's leading passer, Michael Hill. And Chris, he leads in yards by a pretty far margin.
Yeah, I mean, he's at over 1,500 yards on the season. Next closest guy to him is 949 yards on the season. That is pretty impressive through 5 weeks of football. I mean, again, we're going into week 6 now. You're past the midway point. He's on track to be well over 2,000 yards on the season.
Kalen Hosick is the guy in second place, the quarterback of Valparaiso. That's who Michigan City has next week. They will travel to Valpo to take on the Vikings. But that should be a good game as well, but they have business to take care of tonight on homecoming night against LaPorte. Chris, this is a LaPorte team that loves to run the ball almost 80% of the time, 79% of the time. They're running the ball. They're led by their leading rusher, Reed Raymond. He averages 21 carries a game and 140 yards. What does Merrillville need to do to contain him?
Yeah, to contain him, and I mean, I got to see him up close 2 weeks ago when they played Chesterton, and the big thing is you can't let him get to the edge. He's a very bruiser running back, but it's almost like a Derrick Henry. Once he gets running, he's moving, and you do not want to be in his way all the time. Took about 3-4 guys to bring him down every time, so big key, make sure you're swarming on the tackle. If a guy hits him, you got to make sure that there's at least 2 other guys there with you.
Derrick Henry's a guy where, he's a big, powerful running back. He'll run through you, but once he gets in the clear, there aren't very many people that can catch him. Reed Raymond fits that archetype to a key. This is also a LaPorte defense. You look at the numbers, 25.2 points allowed per game, not terrible. They're led by 3 senior linebackers. Like you said, they run a 4-3. All 3 of their linebackers are seniors, and that's important to have a unit like that's experienced.
Yeah, you definitely want senior leadership, especially at the linebacker position. A lot of times, your middle linebacker or will linebacker is going to be the leader of that defense. They're the ones out there calling the plays. They're the ones out there guiding the defense to do better things. And, the big thing with that defense, this is a very pass-heavy Merrillville team. They do have a rushing attack. And again, when I saw LaPorte, they played a Chester team that was more balanced, but they did like to run the ball more than throw it. So they brought a lot of pressure. This Merrillville team, from what I understand from my brother-in-law getting to see them play last week, they run a lot of play action. They are very dangerous with it. So if they're going to have a chance tonight, they need to really, if they're going to bring the pressure, they need to make sure that their DBs are able to stick onto these wide receivers and cover them. I would at least have a safety or 2 deep just to watch out for a deep shot.
Michael Smoot is the leading receiver on Merrillville, 472 yards on the season, 94 yards per game, but Cameron Jordan is their leading receiver, who also has rushed for a fair amount and thrown for a fair amount this year. He is really a Swiss Army knife that can do it all. We'll have kickoff next. Both teams are out of the locker room. You've been listening to Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Hi, my name is Mark Macknick. I'm the owner of Mark Macknick CPA firm in Highland, Indiana on Kennedy Avenue. I've been working with Region Sports for years now. Started working with Chris years ago, just on some special projects, advertising here and there. After a while, kind of increased the advertising. Mainly was doing it for the community involvement. It's such a great network and program they do with the high school sports. But as time went by, I started getting on there more frequently. And then the phone starts ringing. And I was getting calls all the time from people. Hey, I saw your ad on so-and-so football game. I saw your ad on a basketball game. And It's really helped my business. It's increased the volume. You know, we're a tight community in Northwest Indiana, sports-wise, and just a lot of community involvement. So that's mainly why I got into it. You know, I remember watching one game. It was a basketball game, and I think there was a little bit of an altercation. And as the altercation was happening, my ad was right on the bottom, and someone typed in, "I wonder what Mark Machnick's thinking right now." And I was thinking, wow, this is awesome. It's really been a great feature for my business. It's the only advertising I do. I don't advertise anywhere else other than Region Sports. You know, it's for the business, but mainly for the involvement with the community. I played high school baseball here in Highland, and ever since I've been advertising on Region Sports, a lot of my old coaches are now my clients. A lot of my old teammates come in here. My recommendation, if you're a business here in Northwest Indiana, I think Region Sports is, for your money, it's one of the best places that you can advertise. I mean, I can advertise on billboards. I could do anywhere I want to. And I choose Region Sports, mainly because I get a lot of feedback, you know, especially on the high school level. A lot of the parents, if they can't make a game, they're watching it online. They're watching a replay, the grandparents. So it's done wonders for my business, and it's my go-to for advertising. It's the only spot I would advertise. So if you're a business owner in the area, really look into advertising on Region Sports. It's going to be well worth your money, and you'll make tenfold on what you're spending. Region Sports Network, they're the only game in town, but they're more than just a game.
We are just about ready for kickoff here from Merrillville High School. Day has turned to night. The sun has set, and we are ready for football under the lights at Damari Field. Michigan City or Merrillville will get the ball first. LaPorte will kick it away.
Yeah, and this is a big statement. You know, essentially, if LaPorte comes out here, gets a good 3-and-out against a strong Merrillville offense, you know, it builds a lot of momentum for the defense for the rest of the game, as well as some momentum for the offense as well. However, if it's a quick drive, you know, as we saw in Michigan City, sometimes that quick drive can come back to bite you.
Conrad Misuvich, the kickoff specialist, is out to boot it away for LaPorte. Cam Jordan, Curtis Walker back to return for Merrillville. Week 6 in the region is underway. Kick is in the air. It will be Walker fielding it at the 14. He runs to the middle, looking to cut across the field. He breaks off a tackle, has a lane around the 25, around the 30, across the 35. He's still in bounds at the 40. And he'll be pushed out there, and that's where the Merrillville offense and Michael Hill will set up shop to start this game.
Really great return by him. You know, broke that initial tackle. Looked like the guy was going to get him with a little shoestring action. Was able to break it off, get down the sideline, and just, like you said, got pushed out. Wasn't really able to get much after that.
Michael Hill, the region's leading passer, 104 for 161 this year, 64% completion percentage, 13 touchdowns to 6 interceptions, and he'll start with the ball on the 36-yard line near hash. Motions Cam Jordan, fumbles the snap, gets it on the handoff. No, he keeps it. Hill straight up the middle to the 40, a gain of 3.
Yeah, almost a dangerous play there with the ball starting out on the ground, but he was able to snag it up, do a quick read option there, made the right call. Defensive end crashed on the running back, kept the ball, able to get 4 yards out of it. Looks like they're going to go up-tempo to start out the game, some hurry-up action.
2nd and 6 from the 41. Both running backs in the backfield with Michael Hill. Gets the snap, hands it off. Cameron Jordan running near side, finds a lane, breaks through the line, up to the 50 with a Four Seasons mechanical first down.
Great run right there by Jordan. Wide receiver made a really good block there. I mean, he was able to get some yards out of it. Wide receiver was able to get up to the DB. Really, that's the deciding block right there to get some more yards.
Darnell Bowles, the wide receiver, making the block. Hill fumbles the snap again. He races way back to his 40. Slicers are in pursuit, and they will push him out of bounds on the far side for a loss of 5.
Yeah, it seems like there's been 2 miscommunications on the snap. Not necessarily miscommunications because the ball was at his feet. However, you know, he did a good job of trying to get some yards back and not turning it over. That's the issue. You sometimes run into hurry-up. You know, you're in a rush. You're trying to get to the ball, trying to get up there, get lined up before the defense can make any adjustments or make any moves. So I get the urgency of the hurry-up, but sometimes it can come back and get you as well.
2nd and 15 now from the 45. 4 wide in the game for Merrillville, and it's a reverse. Thrown back to Bowles. He's going to throw the backup quarterback deep down the sidelines, and it's incomplete.
Great coverage there by LaPorte, picking up the trick play. They didn't bite on the reverse. DBs were still dropping in coverage. I'm trying to get the number of the LaPorte cornerback that was able to keep up with him.
That's number 2, Joe Meyer, the strong safety, coming over to break up that pass. But Darnell Bowles, who got the reverse, the wide receiver that made the nice block, he's listed as the backup quarterback, so he had the arm to get it there. 3rd and 15. Swing pass caught by Johnson. J.Q. Johnson is wrapped up at the second level after a gain of about 10. He's about 4 yards short of the first. We'll see if Merrillville wants to keep the offense out and go for this.
As of now, it's looking like they're keeping the offense out there, doing another hurry-up action and get this defense off guard. Defense has moved to more of a 3-2 defense, it looks like.
4 seasons mechanical, 4-down territory. Michael Hill gets the snap, looks left, throws in the flat, caught by Johnson. Can he get around the corner? Yes, he can. First down, Merrillville up to the 30-yard line.
Really liking that swing pass to start out. You know, you've got your wide receiver out on the edge, only one DB out there. As long as he makes his block, you have wide open space. And, I mean, it looks like Johnson's got the speed to get past those linebackers pretty easily, and he's also shifty. Looks like he's going to break a big one as soon.
Johnson back in the backfield with Hill. 1st and 10 from the 30. Hill keeps it himself, running left. He cannot get to the edge. He's pushed out of bounds. Once again, Meyer in pursuit, pushing the quarterback out.
Good stiff arm there by Hill. He was actually able to get a couple more yards because Meyer was making contact with him with about a 1-yard gain, so he's able to get an extra yard out of it. And right back to the hurry-up we are.
2 yards on the carry, 2nd and 8 from the 28. Hill has both running backs in the backfield, hands it off. This time it's Cam Jordan straight up the gut, breaks a tackle. He's inside the 15. He's dragged down to the 10, but we do have flags near the line of scrimmage.
Looks like they're going to get a holding on, I believe that was number 64 out there.
That'd be Tremaine Hemingway, the right guard for Merrillville.
But, you know, great block by Johnson there. It was a halfback sweep from the beginning. More of an off tackle than a sweep, but I mean, he got to the second level, made contact with the linebacker, already giving Jordan a wide open lane to run through the middle.
And we mentioned these are some very experienced LaPorte linebackers. Lucas Del Rio, Leo Vargas, and Jack Borelli, 3 seniors, a part of this 4-3 defense, and they are very strong. And that time forced the hold, and Merrillville behind the sticks at the 35 for 2nd and 15. 4 receivers in the game, 3 near side, 1 far side. Running back Johnson to the right of Michael Hill. Hill gets the snap, straight drop, looking to throw, has time, dances in the pocket, rolls out to his left, fires one deep to the end zone, and it's caught by Cameron Jordan for the Pirate touchdown.
Jordan was able to get behind the DB there, was wide open, able to just walk in, and, you know, Hill did a really good job of extending the play there. Pressure was getting to him. He was able to roll out, made a really good throw on the run there. Hats off to Hill there, but great job on LaPorte by getting pressure there. But Hill, as we've seen, is pretty dangerous on the run as well, it seems.
Cameron Jordan left all alone near the pylon. That's his 4th receiving touchdown on the year. Benito Gonzalez out to try the extra point. Gonzalez stands at 6 foot 245, and he has a boot. He was hitting from 50 in warm-ups today. Snap is down, kick is up, and it is good. Straight down the middle with 9:43 to go in the first quarter. The Pirates lead on homecoming night 7-0. We'll be back with more. You've been listening to Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
When it comes to your money, you deserve more than just numbers on a page. You deserve someone who sees the full picture. Meet Mark Machnick, one of Northwest Indiana's most trusted accounting professionals. Whether you're running a business, planning for retirement, or just trying to make sense of tax season, Mark Machnick, located in Highland, makes it simple, personal, and believe it or not, painless. Contact Mark and his team today at 219-595-5290. Mark Machnick, CPA.
At Blyce, we're used to having the athlete shop at our store.
Down, sit, put.
But sometimes they get carried away.
Welcome back. You've been listening to Game Night on the Region Sports Network. With 9:43 to go in the first quarter, the Merrillville Pirates lead 7-0 thanks to a 35-yard pass and catch from Michael Hill to Cameron Jordan. We'll see what LaPorte has to say about that for their first drive on offense. Kick upcoming from Benito Gonzalez. Runs up, gets it off the tee. Sideways line drive kick, caught at the goal line. And it will be a touchback. Fair caught by Cam McCarthy, and LaPorte will set up shop at the 25-yard line to start their drive.
Yeah, being a kicker on kickoff, especially in high school football, is hard because, in the NFL and college, you'll see a lot of guys run out of the end zone. High school, the minute that ball crosses the pylon, it's an automatic touchback, no run back allowed. But it helps LaPorte start on the 20-yard line compared to, trying to return and getting down at the 10 as well, potentially.
Aiden Pennzoil will lead his LaPorte Slicers out. This is a team that runs a lot of 2 tight end sets. They had 2 starting tight ends listed on their depth chart. Both of them are in. They only have 1 receiver in the game, and Reed Raymond is the running back in the backfield. This time Pennzoil looks to throw on first down, and the underneath route is caught, getting along the sidelines for the first down. It's Jack Del Rio or Lucas Del Rio on the catch. He's listed as a linebacker, but also plays a little bit at tight end, and he gets the catch on 1st and 10, moves the chains immediately.
Yeah, I love that play call. When you come in as a run-heavy team, opening up with the play action can catch a defense off guard, especially if they're thinking to bring pressure the whole time. When you're playing an offense that, like you said earlier, runs the ball over 70% of the time.
2 tight ends in the game again with only 1 receiver. Merrillville showing blitz. They bring 5, hand off to Raymond. He has a gap straight up the gut. He has a strong carry of 4.
Yeah, great. Again, another great play call by LaPorte there. You had 2 pulling guys on the right side. Both of them was Luis Ozarino and Alex Toluxto. Both had really good blocks on there, opened up a hole right there. Again, really great job by them there.
2nd and 6 from the 34. LaPorte looking to stay ahead of the chains and control the clock today. A team that runs the ball a lot. Raymond again has a lane, lowers the shoulder, gets another strong carry of 5 on that play. It's 3rd and short, 3rd and 1 upcoming from the 39.
Yeah, Raymond is running with a purpose out there. He's lowering the shoulder as soon as he sees that linebacker or safety, and he's just saying, it's going to take more than you to bring me down. And they're doing a good job of sticking with the run. He's a very efficient runner, as you said. He's averaging about 20 yards a carry. A lot of it's from a huge 90-yard run he had earlier in the season, but he's still a very solid runner.
3rd and 1 from the 39. Another carry to Raymond. He cannot get to the outside. He is dragged out by Warren Brown, the strong safety coming off the outside, and LaPorte has a decision to make here on 4th and 2 now.
Yeah, and that's a great job by the defense there. You see another power play, right guard, right tackle pulling. Strong safeties blitzing. He saw the pull, followed them, and that's the best thing you can do is you follow the pull blockers. When there's a wide open gap, you know something's coming on the other side. And
it looks like LaPorte will punt this one away, opting not to take the risk on 4th and 2 in their own territory. Enrique Gonzalez will punt it away for the Slicers. Warren Brown back to return for Merrillville.
It's a good call to punt it here. You're in your own side of the field. And
punt is very high in the air, and it bounces at the 45. It takes a Slicer roll. Brown's going to pick it up, and he has a lane along the side, across the 50. Warren Brown across the 40. He's taken down by the punter, who saved a touchdown that time. LaPorte was content to let that ball roll. Warren Brown said, "Thank you very much," picked it up and took it down the far side, a return of 40 yards.
Yeah, great call by Warren Brown to pick it up there. Caught the LaPorte punt team sleeping almost. As you said, they were waiting for the ball to stop. They were going to down it. He decided, hey, if you're going to wait, I'll just go ahead and pick it up and run past you real quick.
So Merrillville will set up shop at the 31-yard line.
Curious to see if they go back to the hurry up. They like a lot of this trips formation using Jordan as a slot receiver, but they'll also bring him back for a 2-back look out of shotgun as well.
J.Q. Johnson in the backfield with Michael Hill. And it is John. Nope, it's play action. Hill rolls, throws underneath, caught by Rynell Lewis, the tight end. He gets the catch, runs up to the 15 with a Four Seasons mechanical first down, and Merrillville's off and running tonight, Chris.
Yeah, again, they're sticking with that hurry-up offense, high speed, getting to the line fast, not letting the defense have a chance to adjust or send in really replacements. Good call there. Defense was waiting for Jordan to catch the ball, did a little outside route with him. had a receiver or the tight end sitting there on a quick little in route.
Hill, hands, Johnson running right on the stretch. And he is brought down close to the line of scrimmage. He fights for more before the linebackers swarm him. He'll get 2 on the carry.
This Pirates offensive line has done a really good job of forcing, more contact. They're not only getting their guys, but they're also pushing them back. They're able to get that movement. They're winning the battle at the front, especially with LaPorte opting for more of a 3-4 defense than the 4-3 that we've seen from them this year.
They're trying to prevent the pass. Hill has both running backs in the backfield with him, Johnson and Jordan. With 3 receivers, Hill looks to throw. Coming off the side, he evades the sack. Rolls right, looking, throws to the back of the end zone, and he's intercepted. In the back of the end zone, the free safety, Dawson Shreve, comes over with the takeaway.
Good play there by Shreve. He was reading the quarterback the whole time, setting his coverage. Didn't really try to force a player go to another zone, but he set in his zone, saw him scrambling to the right, followed Johnson, who was wide open, it looked like, for a second in the end zone. Able to get a huge pick there, and I mean that is a huge momentum shift for this LaPorte defense that just had an issue, or not really an issue, but Merrillville drove down the field about 60 yards, scored on the opening drive. You're able to counteract that by getting the ball back at your own 20 again. Offense is able to get back out and make something happen.
So like you said, the interception was in the end zone. Shreve just took a knee, so it's 1st and 10 from the 20 for LaPorte. A takeaway I'm sure they love to have to potentially keep them in this one. Pennzoil gets the snap, hands to Raymond, running to the right, and he powers forward for a solid gain of 4. We'll give you tonight's Economy Electric Heating and Cooling game night forecast, Chris. It's a beautiful night for football, 72 degrees with a humidity of 63%, a dew point of 58 degrees, and winds coming from the south-southeast at 2 miles per hour. That's been your Economy Electric Heating and Cooling game night forecast. Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, keeping you cool in the summer and cozy in the winter. 4 yards on that last carry for Raymond, so it's 2nd and 6 from the 24. 2 tight ends again in the game. Raymond gets the carry, running straight at the gun, and he is swarmed by that Merrillville front. A loss of 1 on the play. I believe Karan Moore, the nose tackle, had first contact there.
Yeah, and you're facing, again, another strong defense line from Merrillville, and as I said earlier, Raymond's specialty is getting to the edge, getting space, and he's making not necessarily men miss, but he's also making it to where it's taking 2-3 guys to bring him down. Keep running it to the edge. I know you got to mix it up because eventually defense is going to adjust to it. But right now, I mean, it's early. Stick with it.
Loss of 2 on the carry. 3rd and 6 from the 24. 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Raymond, stretch run, and he's swarmed up again. Another loss of 2.
Yeah, Merrillville really brought the house there. I mean, they brought, I think, 7 guys right there alone on a blitz. They knew that LaPorte's not really a strong throwing team, so they figured they're probably going to try to run it on 3rd and long. And again, running teams do that because there are times where you're able to get those extra yards. But when you're a run-first team and you're playing behind the sticks on 2nd down, 3rd down, it makes it a little bit harder for you on the rest of the play calling.
4th and 8 from the 22. LaPorte will kick it away. We have flags before the snap and a false start on LaPorte. Instead of the 22, they'll be punting from the 17.
Yeah, that is a hard penalty to have on the punt team. You're already punting from your own about 20-yard line, and now you're punting from your own. I mean, punter's basically in the end zone punting the ball away. You're hoping that he can get a good punt, good bounce here. Word of the wise to the punt team this time, I would be watching out for him to pick it up and take off even if you think he's not going to.
It's Curtis Walker back to return this punt. Warren Brown took the first one for 40 yards. Punt is away. It's a high kick, not very far. Bounces at the 40. This time, Merrillville picks it up, and it's Brown getting around the edge. Brown across the 25, across the 15, race to the pylon. He's pushed out of bounds inside the 5. Warren Brown was a gunner on that play, but the punt was so short he picked it up when the ball was behind him and took it all the way down to the goal line.
And again, he got him sleeping almost on the punt team. And I mean, again, a very gutsy call from Brown, picking it up there and taking off. Paid off for him 2 times so far, so I mean, I could see him keep doing it.
Warren Brown already with close to 100 punt return yards and a tackle for loss tonight. Definitely a leading candidate for that Crowell Company's superhero of the game, but Michael Hill in the offense will set up shop from the 1. 1st and goal.
Yeah, if you're LaPorte here, they're lined up in essentially a goal line set out of shotgun. A lot of not necessarily a lot of tight ends, but a very bunched-in look on the line. Watch out for a run, but you could also see, as I said earlier, Merrillville is really good with that play action. Could be a quick play action, quick out route from a receiver for a touchdown. Looks like
there's a little bit of discussion between the referees about that last play. The Merrillville offense has walked over to their sideline. The LaPorte defense is still out on the field.
Are they trying to decide if he maybe hit the pylon first?
Could be.
This is a first for me in high school football since you don't really have review.
LaPorte is now jogging to their sideline. It looks like our referees will have a call coming up for us.
Merrillville gave a fair catch signal. And the player ran with the ball.
Oh, so one of the Merrillville players made a fair catch signal before Brown picked up the ball and started running with it.
Yeah, I mean, that's huge. That's going to bring the ball back. I don't necessarily remember where the punt hit.
Brown picked it up around the 40.
It's a 41-yard
and the ball will be spotted at the 41-yard line. I don't think it wasn't Brown who called for the fair catch because he was one of the gunners on that play and just saw the ball laying next to him and picked it up and brought it back. But one of the Merrillville players did call for a fair catch, so Michael Hill on the offense will set up from the 41-yard line.
I'm wondering if the return man maybe called a fair catch on accident or...
Definitely a possibility. 3 receivers in the game, 1 far side, 2 near side. It's Johnson on the handoff, straight up the gut, following his blocks. He has a strong carry of 6 up to the 35.
And again, this Merrillville offensive line's getting a push on that defensive line. They are winning at the point of attack, and I mean, they are pushing their guys 3-4 yards back. As a running back, it makes your job a lot easier when you're not getting hit until you get past the line of scrimmage by 3-4 yards.
2nd and 4 from the 35, 4 minutes to go in the quarter. Hill rolls out, running to his left, still rolling. He'll tuck it and run outside the sidelines. He'll get a gain of 1 on that carry. It's now 3rd and 3 upcoming from the 33-yard line.
Good call to tuck it and run there, and especially a good call running out of bounds. There was a LaPorte defender screaming down the field. That looked like he was about to make contact with him if he tried to cut it upfield.
7-0 Pirates, 3rd and 2 from the 33, 3:22 to go in quarter number 1. It's a touch pass. Cam Jordan cuts it up the middle. He has another big gashing run up across the 25 with a Four Seasons Mechanical first down.
Yeah, I mean, again, great call by Merrillville, some motion. It's essentially a pass because it's a jet toss, so it's not necessarily a handoff, so it's going to go down as more receiving yards for Jordan tonight. But, I mean, again, great play call. We're back into more of a bunch formation.
Hill will look to throw, straight drop, has time, throws middle, caught by Michael Smoot, makes a man miss initially, but is quickly wrapped up after a catch of 8. Michael Smoot, that's the first time we've called his name today. The 3rd leading receiver in the region. Cam Jordan is 2nd. They are trailing Zaire McKinney of Michigan City for that top spot. 4 wide again for Merrillville, 2 on each side. Hill straight drop, looks left, caught by Smoot again at the 10 for a first down.
Yeah, a little bit underthrown there, so Smoot wasn't able to necessarily make a play after catching it. But again, Hill's done a good job of bouncing back from that pick in the end zone. As I always say, goldfish memory. You got to come back. You got to have short-term memory with this stuff.
1st and goal from the 10. Both running backs are in. It's Jordan, gets the carry running right, cuts it upfield. A strong run of 7. He's down to the 3.
Port's defense is doing a good job of coming and surrounding the ball carrier, but that's the weakness when you switch to more of this 3-4. It's going to be an easier defense to run against. I get the reason. You're going against the region leading passer, so you definitely don't want to give him the opportunity to throw the ball a ton.
Oh, and the snap is dropped. Hill's able to get back on top of it, but he fell on it at the 9. And good thing that he fell on it. Jack Borelli, the outside linebacker, was screaming off the edge. I'm surprised he didn't get to that ball first.
Yeah, Borelli, again, great job by him screaming towards the ball, and that's the 3rd mishandled shotgun snap we've seen tonight. And it's not necessarily hitting the quarterback in the hands, it's more so hitting him towards the feet. And your job as a center in this shotgun formation, you got to at least make it to where he can catch it. If you hit him in the chest or a little bit off center of the chest, it's the quarterback's fault. If it's going at his feet, got to put the blame on center at that
4 wide, 3 to the left side. Hill looking. He's under duress. Throws middle. Incomplete. In and out of the hands of the tight end, Rhinell Lewis. So LaPorte looks like they will come up with a stand on 1st and goal. And the Pirates will send out the field goal unit to try to add 3 points with 1:11 to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, this LaPorte defense has done a really good job of really stifling this Merrillville offense that's been very high-powered this year, surrounding the ball carrier, making sure that they're making plays as the quarterback's throwing the ball. Hats off to them on that. I mean, again, you're essentially going to have given up 10 points with only 7 of them coming from a long drive.
It's a 32-yarder for Benito Gonzalez between the hashes. Snap is down, kick is up, and it is good. 10-0 the lead for the Merrillville Pirates as the first quarter winds down. You've been listening to Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
From lighting up Friday night football to powering the classrooms that shape the students of Lake County, IBEW Local 697 is proud to support our region schools and the communities we call home. A career as a union electrician could be your next great move. Your next cap might be a hard hat. IBEW Local 697, powering futures, powering the region.
10-0 the lead for the Merrillville Pirates with 1:11 to go in the first quarter. This is a Quintel kickoff. All kickoffs this year are presented by Quintel Incorporated, handling all jobs of all sizes throughout the country since 1994. Benito Gonzalez runs up, gets it off the tee, end-over-end kick, is caught at the 6. LaPorte looking for room on the return, running outside, and they have room along the edge all the way up to the 36. Good run by Reed Raymond. And the power running back is also taking kicks for the Slicers.
It's almost like seeing a Saquon Barkley in college. You know, he returned punts and kicks even though he's more of a power back. But, I mean, again, Raymond gets out in space. He's got some speed on him, as we just saw there.
Raymond, he is the only guy on the field right now for LaPorte as the rest of the offense discusses things on their sideline. Now they're jogging out to their running back. I would imagine we'll be giving it to him early and often on this drive.
Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked to see a power run right here where you have your guards pulling. It seems like they've had a lot of success pulling to the left, especially running to the left, but also don't be shocked about a play action.
Everyone is bunched up at the line. 3 tight ends. Raymond, stretch run to the right. The Merrillville defense again able to crash and get to the running back for no gain.
Yeah, and you know, that's the hard thing. When you're getting hit in the backfield or getting hit behind the line of scrimmage, it makes your job a little bit harder as a running back. This LaPorte defensive line isn't doing a bad job of almost drawing at the point of contact, but this Merrillville defense is bringing 5-6 guys every time. It makes it a little bit harder as a lineman to block that.
2nd and 10 from the 37. 30 seconds to go in the first quarter. Penslow gets the snap. He'll keep it on the stretch, and he's wrapped up way behind the line. Derek Cannon, the defensive back, screaming off the edge, gets to the quarterback.
Yeah, and again, when you're running the ball 70% of the time, defenses are going to key in on that, and they're going to blitz. I mean, they're going to bring 6-7 guys as many times as they can and dare you to throw the ball.
9 seconds to go in the first quarter. It looks like LaPorte will take this one to the break. 10-0 the lead for the Merrillville Pirates. We'll have coverage of the second quarter next. You've been listening to Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Four Seasons Mechanical proudly serves Northwest Indiana, providing quality, reasonably priced, reliable service. With a quality and comfort guarantee, the professionals at Four Seasons Mechanical offer a wide range of services in heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Whether it's residential or commercial, Four Seasons Mechanical is there 24/7. To find out more, the website is fourseasonsmechanical.com or give them a call at 219-756-7020. Four Seasons Mechanical, your indoor air quality specialists.
Can't wait for summer, but dreading the heat because your old AC let you down? Don't sweat it out this summer. Call Economy Electric Heating and Cooling. The professionals there can fix you up. Install a central air unit that'll last for years. Your family deserves to stay comfortable. And with a 24/7 emergency service, comfort is just a phone call away. Give them a call at 219-923-4441 or check them out on the web at 4ajobdoneright.com.
Welcome back to Game Night on the Region Sports Network. 10-0, the lead for the Merrillville Pirates as we start quarter number 2. LaPorte will have the ball moving from left to right as we view it. They're behind the chains for 3rd and 15 from the 32. They have 2 receivers out wide to the left side. Pennzoil in the shotgun with Raymond, the running back, next to him. Merrillville showing a blitz. And they will bring 5. Pennzoil steps up in the pocket. He has nowhere to go. He is taken down for the sack. Multiple guys got in there for that sack, but it was Antone Jenkins, the DB, coming off the edge who had first contact.
Yeah, and I mean, again, when you're a run-heavy team, they're going to dare you to throw it. They dared him to throw it there, but the pressure just got there fast. You know, if I'm LaPorte right now, you know they're going to bring 6-7 guys. Do a jailbreak screen. Throw a halfback screen. That's the best way to beat pressure.
4th down for LaPorte.
4th down for LaPorte. They will punt it away from their own 27. Curtis Walker back to return for Merrillville. We saw Warren Brown take a punt back for 40 yards earlier in this game. Low snap picked up, kick is away, line drive kick bounces, rolling out of bounds at the 48-yard line, and that is where Michael Hill and the Merrillville offense will set up for their 4th drive of the game. Their first 3 drives have ended in a touchdown, a field goal, and an interception.
Yeah, you know, and the punt almost got blocked there. I mean, Merrillville's punt return team did a good job of getting pressure right away. Punter's very lucky to get it away, but I mean, again, good job by him for handling that pressure as they're coming in on you, because sometimes punters can have a sort of a panic moment and try to run out there.
They'll spot the ball at the Merrillville 49. 10-0, they lead it with 11:07 to go in the half. 4 receivers in the game, 3 near side, 1 far side. Hill gets the snap, straight drop, has time, delivers a bomb deep down the sidelines, and it is incomplete. Looking for Smoot that time over the top of the defense, but great coverage there by the defensive back, Zaire Harmon. He was running with him step for step.
Yeah, and you know, that's a huge play by LaPorte's defense there. It looked like he was going to almost have a touchdown there. And, you know, DB did a really great job of breaking up the pass there. And this is where it hurts as a hurry-up offense. Now you've got a guy coming down from the 2-yard line coming back.
This time they put both running backs in the backfield with Hill, with 3 wide. Gets the snap, handoff. It's J.Q. Johnson running near side, has a lane, breaks through to the second level. He has just the safety to beat. Stiff arm, dragged out of bounds at the 10. Joe Meyer was the only guy who saved the touchdown for LaPorte. But a big run, 30 yards, sets Merrillville up. 1st and goal at the 10.
Yeah, and that's a great play there by the safety, getting a hand. And, you know, sometimes that tackle gets broken and it ends up being a touchdown. He did a great job of fighting, and finally getting him out of bounds. Give this defense another chance here in the red zone.
1st and goal from the 10. Hill, handoff. This time it's Jordan running right. Breaks to the outside. Looks for the pylon. He's in, but there are flags at the line of scrimmage. And, Chris, I believe this one's coming back.
It is for sure coming back. I saw a little bit of a jersey tug there on the outside as he cut it outside. You know, I think the blocker there thought he was going to cut it inside, and when he felt the defender trying to come back outside, he just grabbed a little jersey. Sometimes it's better to make sure your running back doesn't necessarily get hit there or have a weird kind of contact, but in the same breath, take back a touchdown now.
It looks like they're going to get Tremaine Hemingway, the right guard, again. That's his 2nd holding penalty of the game. Merrillville has had 2 trips to the end zone, to the red zone. One ended with an interception in the end zone. The other ended with a field goal. Their 1 touchdown came from the 30-yard line. So red zone offense has been a little bit of a struggle for the Pirates today.
I almost believe they're more dangerous having it 1st and 20 going into the end zone than 1st and 10.
They air the ball out so much. A team that throws 60% of the time. Hill sends Jordan in motion. We have whistles and flags, and I believe LaPorte lined up off sides. They're going to get Raymond, who plays both ways. He lined up at outside linebacker, and he was sitting in the neutral zone.
Yeah, it's kind of intriguing to me because normally they'll wait till the ball is snapped and make it a free play. So I don't know why they called encroachment. It didn't look like Raymond got a hand on the tackle at all there.
Nonetheless, it's 1st and goal from the 15. Once again, Jordan in motion. It's the snap. It's Hill rolling out. He has nowhere to go. The LaPorte secondary coming up, crashing on the play, will push the quarterback out of bounds at the 20 for a loss of 5.
Yeah, and that's a great play. Great play by the LaPorte defense there, following the quarterback. Couldn't tell if it was meant to be a QB keeper or more of a sprint out pass. But I mean, again, LaPorte defense did a good job of crashing down, and instead of the DB trying to stay in coverage, he came screaming. It looks like we're going to get a timeout.
Timeout called by Merrillville, their first of the half. With 10:35 to go, the Pirates lead this one 10-0. We'll step aside for a moment. You've been listening to Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Four Seasons Mechanical proudly serves Northwest Indiana, providing quality, reasonably priced, reliable service. With a quality and comfort guarantee, the professionals at Four Seasons Mechanical offer a wide range of services in heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Whether it's residential or commercial, Four Seasons Mechanical is there 24/7. To find out more, the website is fourseasonsmechanical.com or give them a call at 219-756-7020. Four Seasons Mechanical, your indoor air quality specialist.
Can't wait for summer, but dreading the heat because your old AC let you down? Don't sweat it out this summer. Call Economy Electric Heating and Cooling. The professionals there can fix you up. Install a central air unit that'll last for years. Your family deserves to stay comfortable. And with a 24/7 emergency service, comfort is just a phone call away. Give them a call at
Welcome back to Game Night on the Region Sports Network. 10:35 to go in the half. It's 2nd and 20 for the Merrillville Pirates. At the 20, it's goal to go. 4 wide, they send Jordan in motion. Now it's Johnson straight up the gut. He is swarmed after a gain of about 3. There were 6 or 7 slicers that came in and wrapped up the running back.
It looked like the Slicers' star running back, Reed Raymond, actually might have made first contact there. He has been all over the field today, returning kicks, running the ball, and essentially playing defensive end in this more 3-4 look. He's a walk-up linebacker. He's almost an edge rusher, kind of like a TJ Watt style. But now they've got him lined up as a true down defensive end.
3rd and goal from the 18. 3 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. It's Bowles who's on an island over there. Hill back to throw. Gets a snap. Raymond's in pursuit. He reaches. He almost gets the snack. Hill lets go of the ball, and it's incomplete. Man, Reed Raymond is everywhere. He dove at the QB's ankles. Hill able to squeak out of the sack, but ultimately the pass falls incomplete, and Benito Gonzalez will be coming out for another field goal attempt.
Yeah, that was a great job by Reed Raymond, getting past the blocker and putting pressure on Hill right away. Hill wasn't able to get the pass out to Johnson necessarily. Johnson was wide open. But, you know, when you're sprinting out there, it's almost better to have
It's hard to make that throw on the run.
It's really hard. We saw him make it earlier, but again, it's better to have an incompletion than an interception going for the end zone there.
35-yarder for Gonzalez from the right hash. Snap is down. Kick is blocked. LaPorte got a hand on it. They pick it up, and they're running with it the other way. They won't get too far, but a big defensive play for LaPorte, and Jack Borelli, the outside linebacker, was able to get a hand on that one.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, when I called the Chesterton-LaPorte game, I think it was Jack Borelli that had a very athletic interception, one-handed, falling backwards. So, I mean, again, he's been a very strong defensive part of this defense. And, I mean, again, hats off to this LaPorte defense. They are not going down without a fight tonight. They are making sure that Merrillville's got to earn their points tonight.
We were talking about this during the break. If there is a first-team all-region, a couple guys on LaPorte I would put on that would be Reed Raymond and probably Borelli as well. They are 2 big forces, 2 great seniors on this LaPorte team. So they'll set up shop. 1st and 10 from the 24. Penslow gets the snap. It's a toss. This time it's Bryce Jones trying to get around the edge. He has nowhere to go. He's brought down for a loss of 4.
Yeah, it seems like they're giving Reed Raymond a little bit of a breather. As we said, he's earned it. He's been all over the field. And, I mean, again, this Merrillville defense is just daring LaPorte to throw it. They're almost lining up 8 in the box every time. I mean, there you have 7 in the box. You have another safety walked up that's almost in the box, but just on the outside.
Bryce Jones, the backup running back, once again in the backfield with Pennzoil. And he'll get the carry running straight up the gut, and he has nowhere to go again. Stood up at the line.
I mean, Merrillville's just winning at the point of the attack, and it's not hard, again, when you're bringing 6-7 guys every time. You've only got 5-6 linemen to block. You're essentially telling your guys, hey, there's not going to be a double team. There's not going to be any kind of combo getting to the linebacker. You're on an island every block. You got to figure it out here.
3rd and 12 from the 22. LaPorte threw the ball on the first play of the game, got a first down. I don't think we've seen them throw the ball since.
They attempted a pass earlier, and I think Merrillville got pressure right away on a 3rd and long situation, similar to this one.
3rd and 12 from the 22. Pennzoil will throw, steps up deep down the seam, and it's incomplete. He had a man behind the defense. Cam McCarthy was streaking up the seam, but the QB couldn't find him.
Yeah, McCarthy was wide open. The safety might have gotten him with a shoestring tackle and trying to get into the end zone, but he had nothing but green grass in front of him. He was right behind the defense. And again, that's kind of a benefit of when you have 7-6 guys coming at you every time. There's going to be at least one break in coverage. Now we got Reed Raymond punting the ball.
Reed Raymond, the running back, is out to punt it, gets the snap, gets it away. Sideways kick, bounces at the 48. It's picked up by LaPorte and downed there.
Yeah, I think LaPorte learned from that decision earlier of letting the ball try to bounce out because Merrillville just picked it up and started running. So, good job by him, but Raymond came out for a punt, and now they're taking him out on defense.
If I recall correctly, Raymond has returned a kick, been the punter, played linebacker, and has been getting almost every carry at running back. He has really been everywhere today.
Now we just need to have him get a reception, a sack, or an interception. You'll really.
Well, he almost had a sack. He had 2 hands on Michael Hill, but Hill was able to break out of it. 1st and 10, Merrillville from the 49. They lead at 10-0 with 8:13 to go in the half. Hill gets the snap, hands it off. Johnson straight up the middle. He is swarmed at the second level, but he gets a push from his offensive line. He's near the first down. He's close. He may have it.
That's a great job by the offensive line.
He's a yard short.
That's a great job by the offensive line of keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing. And again, this LaPorte defense has really been put to the test, but they've been putting this Merrillville offense to the test tonight as well.
J.Q. Johnson again straight up the gut. This time he has it up to the 36 with a 4 Seasons mechanical first down.
Yeah, and it was just a wide open hole. There was no one there. And we have Reed Raymond back on the field now.
Raymond comes in. He will be playing edge rusher on this play. He's lined up to the near side. There's 1 receiver to the near side, Darnell Bowles. 2 receivers to the far side for Merrillville. It's a handoff. J.Q. Johnson breaking tackles, making men miss. Pushed out of bounds at the 30, a strong gain of 8. And we have flags at the conclusion of the play. Maybe a late hit penalty on LaPorte.
Yeah, they're going to call a late hit penalty. I don't necessarily agree with it because they were falling down as they were going out. It's a little bit hard as a defender to really let go as you're both falling down. So
the referees are talking. They might pick this flag up. If it stands, it will be on Jack Borelli, the senior outside linebacker.
Looks like it is going to stand.
So after the play, 15 more yards added. That's a crusher for LaPorte.
Yeah, but this LaPorte defense has been strong from within the 20 if you think about it. I mean, this has been where they are the best. So, it hurts, but in the same breath, this is where your defense has really been lights out.
It's 1st and 10 from the 15 near hash for Merrillville. They're bunching people up near the line with only 2 receivers on islands to either side. Johnson's in the backfield with Hill, and they give it to him straight up the gut. Borelli had first contact there and will drag the running back down for a gain of 3.
Yeah, he's going to make sure he doesn't get to the edge this time and wrap him up. Good job by Borelli there to bring the running back down and, again, let the defenders come in and swarm the guy.
2nd and 7 from the 12. LaPorte has been bending, but they have not broken fully this game. This time Johnson on the carry immediately. Swarmed up that time. That was Isaiah Armstrong, the defensive tackle, who broke past his man and dragged down the running back.
Yeah, he had a nice little
loss of 2.
Nice rip move on the inside against the guard there. Was able to get in the backfield right away and prevent a huge run. And again, now we're at that point where this defense has been the most lights out.
3rd and 9 from the 14. Hill, straight drop, looking to throw, dancing around, running, throws in the flat, caught by Johnson, makes a man miss. He dives for the first. He's very close, and it looks like he has it.
And it looked like Raymond almost had a sack there for a second. Hill got rid of the ball at the right time, but again, Raymond is making his presence known tonight for this LaPorte Slicer team.
It's 1st and goal from the 5 for Merrillville. We have whistles. And it looks like Merrillville will call, or LaPorte will call their first time out of the half. 6:13 to go in the half. Merrillville leads at 10-0. You've been listening to Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
When it comes to your money, you deserve more than just numbers on a page. You deserve someone who sees the full picture. Meet Mark Machnick, one of Northwest Indiana's most trusted accounting professionals. Whether you're running a business, planning for retirement, or just trying to make sense of tax season, Mark Machnick, located in Highland, makes it simple, personal, and believe it or not, painless. Contact Mark and his team today at 219-595-5290. Mark Machnick, CPA.
At Blyce, we're used to having the athlete shop at our store.
Down, sit, put.
But sometimes they get carried away. Blyce, this is where the athlete shops.
First and goal, Merrillville from the 5. Hill on the sweep, looking for the end zone. Rayshawn Shelley, he is swarmed and pushed out of bounds at the 5.
And it looks like there's another holding penalty on Merrillville there. That's their 3rd of the game. And I mean, again, this is going to make it a lot longer in the red zone for them. And this time you don't have the grace of getting a first down anymore.
It looks like it's Hemingway again. He's talking to the official. That would be his 3rd holding penalty of the first half.
Yeah, he was definitely trying to not necessarily argue with the official, but
say, hey, what am I doing?
Yeah, what am I doing? Why am I getting these penalties? The official kind of just said, hey, just stop. You got the penalty. Move on. So I'm stick a hand out. But, again, this is where this LaPorte defense has been so successful. Now it's first down from the 15-yard line, but it's 1st and goal. There's no opportunity for a first down here. It's either score or kick a field goal again.
6 minutes to go in the half, like you said, Chris. 1st and goal from the 15. 3 receivers to the far side. One of the near side Bulls is on an island. Hill motions to his running back Johnson, telling him instructions. Now gets the snap. Hill looks to throw. LaPorte sends a blitz. Hill rolls out to the left. Still rolling, looking, throws at the last second and just throws it away out of bounds.
Yeah, great throwaway there. Don't want to force a play. Tried it earlier, threw an interception. Good job by Hill to get rid of that ball instead of giving up a sack. And I'm sure everyone's going to get sick of us saying this, but Reed Raymond was in pursuit yet again.
Be sure to stay connected with all things Region Sports by supporting and following us on social media. We're always active on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, X, and online at regionsports.com. Celebrating over 25 years, we're still proud to be the only game in town. Once again, same formation, 3 receivers far side, 1 near side. With Johnson still the running back. Hill back to throw. LaPorte sends a blitz. They leak it out to Johnson. He is hit hard by Abram Lopez, the defensive back. Hammered him to the ground and prevented a touchdown.
That's a good play by Lopez there. He got off the receiver as soon as he saw the ball in the air, saw it wasn't going to his guy. Johnson was wide open on a wheel route there, and I mean, again, he made great contact.
That was a touchdown-saving hit.
And this is where LaPorte, again, has been so successful of bending but not breaking necessarily. You got 3rd and goal from the 8-yard line. Honestly, if you're Merrillville here, you might try a swing pass, get within 3, and try to go for a touchdown here.
3rd and goal from the 7. They send Lewis in motion, the tight end. Then they'll leak it to Johnson in the flat, like you said, Chris. He's swarmed up. He breaks a tackle, spins out of bounds. He's just short. He's at the 2.
Yep, it's basically a screen pass, but again, just not with as many blockers out there. Because a lot of those times the DBs are usually in man coverage when it's 3rd and goal at that point. Just because you're thinking, hey, let's bring some pressure. Let's put some pressure on the quarterback. Great call by Merrillville's offensive coordinator there. Quick swing pass, and again, here they go for it on 4th down.
It's Four Seasons Mechanical. 4 down, Terry. Goal to go at the 2. 10-0 Merrillville. They're looking to make this 3 scores before half.
They might just try to get him to jump off sides and then call a time. Looks like there is going to be a timeout, but it's from LaPorte.
LaPorte will call timeout, talk things over about what they want to do defensively on 4th and goal. We'll step aside for 30. You've been listening to Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
At Strachan Van Til, we believe grocery shopping should be simple. Now, shopping is easier than ever with our new and improved website. Find what you need fast. Browse your favorite products, add them to your cart, and check out in just a few quick steps. Choose between convenient in-store pickup or let us handle the heavy lifting. From our shelves to your doorstep. Skip the lines, shop your way, and spend more time on what matters most. With our rewards program, enjoy incredible savings and personalized offers every time you shop. Shop online now at strachanvantil.com or download our app today.
Welcome back to Game Night on the Region Sports Network. 4:51 to go in the half. 10-0 the lead for the home squad, the Merrillville Pirates. And they have the ball 4th and goal at the 2. Their offense still discussing at the sidelines about what they want to do here.
Yeah, and this is where you see offenses almost not necessarily run a trick play, but run something that other teams don't see.
Unconventional.
Yeah, they run something that's not seen a lot. You know, you see it all the time at all levels of football. You've always got special plays for certain situations, and in this situation, they're going to dig into the well for it.
4 wide, 2 on either side. Johnson, the running back. Hill to throw to the back corner, and it's incomplete. LaPorte knocks it away.
And again, that's another great play by the safety there, getting a hand up. Don't know if he necessarily fully got a hand on the ball, but it's still enough to block the receiver's line of sight with it, making it harder to catch.
Job Meyer again knocks the ball away, gets the PBU, and LaPorte has a long way to go. They take things over at their own 2, but no points on the board against them. Give this defense credit, Chris. Other than the first drive of the game, they've only given up 3 points to the region's number 2 team.
Yeah, and I mean, you gave up 3 points on a short field position. It wasn't necessarily that you gave up 3 points on a long drive. You gave up 3 points being from your own side.
They got to worry about a safety here. They're way backed up. Pennzoil, hands, Raymond. He's swarmed right at the line.
So that is something I haven't seen in a while, and that is some good old-fashioned flex bone offense right there. You had a fullback in the back, 2 wingbacks. I don't hate the call, and honestly, when you're such a run-heavy team,
you cannot lose yards here and get a safety.
No, you cannot, and it's a great call because you're handing it off to a fullback. He's at least going to get back to the line of scrimmage 9 times out of 10, but it looks like they might go away from that flex bone after 1 play.
They have 1 receiver alone on an island. It's Kalen Matsky, the junior, all alone, and Pennzoil out of the gun, hands Raymond. He gets out of the end zone, spins off a tackle, and he's dragged down again at the 2 for no gain. That's risky there, Chris, for the amount of TFLs we've seen this Merrillville defense come up with. It's pretty risky to go out of shotgun from your own 2.
Yeah, you know, shotgun's a tricky thing regardless. I don't, again, I grew up with more old school football. I ran a flex bone in high school and ran a run-heavy offense. Love the run-heavy.
You were the pulling guard, I'm sure, on the.
I was actually the center.
Oh, okay.
I was a pulling guard for a little bit, but we didn't do a lot of pull. We did a lot of triple option, though.
It's 3rd and 9 from the 3. Pennzoil again in the gun with Matsky alone to the near side. Gets the snap. Raymond will get out of the end zone again and avoid the safety. He's brought down at the 1.5-yard line. And we've seen LaPorte struggle with some punts today. This time, Enrique Gonzalez will be backed up deep within his own end zone. And Merrillville will call a timeout and talk things over about maybe how they want to try to block this. 3:13 to go, 10-0 Pirates. We'll be back shortly on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
Welcome back. 10-0 Merrillville. With 3:13 to go in the half, LaPorte is set up to punt from their own 2-yard line. Enrique Gonzalez does not have a lot of breathing room here. Chris, I'd imagine Merrillville will be sending a lot of bodies at the punter, but they have to make sure they don't rough him.
Yeah, and it looks like Raymond's back to punt again this time.
The LaPorte punt coverage is spread out. Curtis Walker back to return. He's standing just shy of the 40. Gets the snap. Gonzalez gets it away. Line drive kick. Walker lets it bounce at the 30. Now picks it up. Breaks off a tackle. Breaks off another one. He breaks to the far side. Flags are down. He's around the edge. Inside the 15. Inside the 10. He's pushed out of bounds at the 5. But we'll see what these flags have to say about that last play.
Yeah, I think there might be a block in the back or a holding bringing this back. And it was a great return. But, that's kind of the strength of having Raymond at punter, essentially. He made a tackle on the edge right there. He's not only your defensive end and running back, but he's able to go out there and make a tackle. You don't see that a lot from punters that are just punters. Although there is a fun YouTube reel of NFL punters making tackles sometimes.
Sure, Pat McAfee's on there a few times.
Pat McAfee's on it like 20 times, I'm pretty sure.
So Enrique Gonzalez is listed as the punter. They didn't even give him a height or weight on the depth chart. All we know is that he's a junior. But Raymond, a bigger body, able to make the play there, and it looks like Merrillville will be starting near where Walker took the original punt. They're at the 35.
Yeah, and
I think you're right about that block in the back penalty.
Yeah, that's a huge penalty there.
Illegal in the back. Receiving team.
Illegal block in the back receiving team. So with 2:59 to go, Merrillville will have at least one more drive to put some more points on the board. 10-0 they lead, but with the way this LaPorte defense has been playing, it very easily could be 28-0.
Yeah, again, this LaPorte defense has been playing lights out, minus that one long drive.
Looks like we have a timeout called by LaPorte. That's their last timeout of the half. We'll step aside for 30. You've been listening to Game Night on the Region Sports Network, only game in town.
From lighting up Friday night football to powering the classrooms that shape the students of Lake County, IBEW Local 697 is proud to support our region's schools and the communities we call home. A career as a union electrician could be your next great move. Your next cap might be a hard hat. IBEW Local 697, powering futures, powering the region.
2:59 to go in the first half. Merrillville has it 1st and 10 from the 35.
Yeah, I'm wondering if there was some miscommunication on the defense on who was supposed to be out there, because it looked like there was a couple players trying to run on the field. But they are out of timeouts now under 3 minutes.
4 wide again for Merrillville. Hill on the QB keeper, looking to get to the outside. He has it along the edge, close to the first. He's pushed out about a yard short. Oh, it looks like they are going to give it to him at the end of that. They say he reached out with the ball and got the first.
Yeah, that's a great run by him. It wasn't necessarily a read option. It was almost more of a quarterback wrap kind of run, where the running back just is a lead blocker the whole way.
Hill throws in the flat, caught by Rynell Lewis, the tight end. He's dragged out of bounds at the 15 with a catch of 8.
Yeah, that was a great catch by Lewis there. He actually made it with one hand and brought it in. I don't think he was expecting the ball necessarily that quick, but again, a good job by Hill getting rid of the ball fast.
2nd down, Hill to throw again, fires deep to the back corner, and he's got his receiver, Michael Smoot, for the Merrillville touchdown, his 7th on the year.
Yeah, and that was a great play. Smoot was right behind the defender. There's only so many times you can jump up and swat a ball down. Eventually, you're going to get worn out from doing it, but also, again, this LaPorte defense has been almost lights out in the red zone, so that was really their only touchdowns have been longer plays, like 20, 30, 40 yards, compared to, a quick 2-yard run, 3-yard run.
Smoot, with his 7th touchdown, now has caught a touchdown in all 6 Merrillville games this year.
That is an incredible stat.
Gonzalez on to add the extra point. Snap is down, kick is up. And it is good. 17-0 Pirates with just over 2 minutes to go in the half. We'll step aside for a moment. We'll be back shortly. You've been listening to Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Four Seasons Mechanical proudly serves Northwest Indiana, providing quality, reasonably priced, reliable service. With a quality and comfort guarantee, the professionals at Four Seasons Mechanical offer a wide range of services in heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Whether it's residential or commercial, Four Seasons Mechanical is there 24/7. To find out more, the website is fourseasonsmechanical.com or give them a call at 219-756-7020. Four Seasons Mechanical, your indoor air quality specialist.
Welcome back to Game Night on the Region Sports Network. 17-0 the lead for the Merrillville Pirates. Can't really blame it on the LaPorte defense. They've been playing lights out, but Chris, they haven't seen the other half of the 50 on offense. They do get the ball coming out of the half, so if they could potentially get a nice drive going here, could be a chance to double dip, but this Merrillville defense has just been everywhere.
Yeah, this Merrillville defense has been everywhere, but it's also, they've been bringing 6-7 guys. You know, they're daring them to throw the ball. It's hard to run the ball when you're going against a box of 7 guys.
Gonzalez will boot it away. Line drive kick is caught by Matsky at the 2. Raymond looking, breaks off a tackle. Can he get to the outside? Breaks off multiple tackles. He fought for every single yard of that 27-yard return.
Yeah, Raymond's such a strong runner. You know, he stiff arms one guy, then just breaks another tackle, and it looked like he was going to keep breaking more tackles out there, but Merrillville's kick team finally surrounded him. Hard to get out of 3-4 guys hitting you, but again, you know, this LaPorte offense, I'm looking for them to start running some like screen passes. You got a box of 7, you got people blitzing every play. You got to do either a quick pass to the outside or you got to start running some screens to really break up this blitz.
I think you mentioned this earlier in the game. I think a jailbreak screen would be a perfect play to call. Just let all the linemen through and then leak it out to Raymond.
Yeah, put Raymond out to wide receiver.
To work.
Sneak Raymond out to wide receiver, and there's I think it's going to be a delay of game. Yep, delay of game.
And you're right, Chris. Delay of game that time on LaPorte. So instead of the 29, they'll start from the 24 with 1st and 15.
Yeah, and that's a bad miscue. You know, the offense was still over talking to the offensive coordinator, trying to figure out the play call. Don't know necessarily if it was taking a second to get the play call in or if they were debating on what to run, asking the team necessarily, hey, what do you want to run here? And it looks like they're actually going to line up Raymond out at wide receiver now, empty backfield.
Pennzoil alone in the shotgun. Merrillville brings 4. Pennzoil keeps it, looks, bombs one deep. He's got Raymond, and it's in and out of the hands of the DB, Warren Brown. Both number 1s on the field came together with that, and Brown is frustrated. He thought he had an interception there.
Yeah, and, you know, Raymond was wide open 20 yards before that. He had his hand up right away saying, hey, throw me the ball, throw me the ball. And with those longer developing pass routes, you know, it's hard because you don't want to necessarily get it to him too soon, and you also don't want to get it to him too late, letting the safety make a play. But right there, you know, you do a quick little, almost a play action. Looked like they were going to fake the QB sweep.
I thought Pennzoil was going to take off that time.
Pennzoil can run the ball. He's got some legs on him. But again, that was the right play call there.
This time it's a traditional run to Raymond, and he is hammered in the backfield. Josiah Horton, the edge rusher, came in and crushed him.
Yeah, and you know, they tried some power play there, or a power run. Unfortunately, defensive line read it the whole way, sunk in, didn't let the pulling tackle get him, and was able to get the stop in the backfield.
Merrillville called timeout. We are going to keep it here. Make sure to check out the IBEW Local 697 electrifying plays from this week's football action. Visit regionsports.com, Facebook/RegionSportsNation, or on Instagram. The electrifying plays are presented by IBEW Local 697. They're the electrical professionals. Make sure you also stay with us after the game at the Centier Bank Studio. Stay with Region Sports, where they will recap all of tonight's action from around the region, all for the Centier Bank Studio. At halftime, we will dive into a little bit of a Stratton Van Til hometown scoreboard update. There are 3 other games being broadcasted on RSN tonight. Whiting versus Calumet, as well as Michigan City Lake Central, and Chesterton Portage. Two decent games going on there. Chesterton leads Portage 12-9 in the waning moments of the first half. And Lake Central trails Michigan City 17-14 in the final moments of the first half.
Yeah, those are some good games going on in the region. And again, timeout called by Merrillville there to stop the clock, try to give their offense time to score another touchdown before the end of the half.
3rd and 16, it's a run. Raymond, nowhere to go. Dragged down for only a yard. Minute 52 to go. And Merrillville, I believe they are out of timeouts here, so they are going to have to let this clock run. It's at a minute 40 and counting.
And here comes the punt team, and it looks like they're going to bring out their traditional punter now. Raymond's going to the sideline this time.
Got to keep an eye on number 1 at all times. It's actually Jack Borelli, the outside linebacker, to punt this one away.
Mixing things up.
Curtis Walker back to return for Merrillville. Low snap, caught by Borelli. He boots it away, a big kick, bounces at the 47, takes a roll. Walker picks it up at the 39. He's immediately dragged down by Joe Meyer, the LaPorte safety. And we have flags at the very end of this play.
Curious to see what the flag was. I didn't really see anything unless there was maybe a holding from the punt team.
I believe they picked the flag up.
Maybe the flag just fell out of his pocket.
Could be. I just saw the ref pick up the flag and throw it back in his pocket.
Oh, it was the beanbag showing where he caught the ball at.
My apologies there. It looked like a flag, but it was not. Hill in the shotgun, 4 wide, 2 on each side from the 42. Straight drop. He has time. Steps up, sidelines, and it's caught by Smoot at the first down marker. He's pushed out a yard short of the first, but the clock does stop with a minute 2 seconds left in the half.
Yeah, and that's exactly what you do there. You do a quick pass, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Hurry up. Hill to throw, straight drop again. Smoot on the out route has the catch on the same route, and he has a first down to the 42.
Yeah, it seems like Smoot's done a comeback route 2 times in a row. He's able to get out of bounds right away, stop the clock. I mean, you got 56 seconds left on the clock before halftime. It's the right call. At least get into field goal range, worst comes to worst.
1st and 10 for the 41. Hill, straight drop, looking, dancing around, evades a sack, rolls to his left, still rolling, fires across his body, and it's caught by Rynell Lewis, the tight end at the 20 with a first down. He's dragged down in bounds. The clock will stop with 45 seconds for the change to be set.
I'm going to be curious because if they don't get out of bounds, you might see what they like to call a NASCAR pit stop, where you have the kick team run out there to try to kick a field goal before the end of the half.
Clock's moving, 35 seconds. Merrillville out of timeouts, 4 wide again for the 20. Hill, straight drop, looking, fires, sidelines, caught. Smoot cannot get out of bounds. He's pushed out at the 10. It looked like his knees were down in bounds, but they are going to say that he got out there. The clock stops with 26 seconds. It's a first down at the 10 for Merrillville.
Yeah, and again, this is where this LaPorte defense has been strong. 10 yards in. Keep bending, don't break here. And essentially, if you get a guy inbounds, bring him down, because then they've got to run up, spike the ball.
26 seconds from the 10. Hill back to throw, rolls right, looking for room. He's going to take off. Race for the pylon. Hill inside the 5. He gets out of bounds at the 3. The clock will stop with 19 seconds.
Yeah, great run there by Hill. There's really no DBs or anyone in coverage on that right side. They had all the routes running to the left. He saw man coverage, saw open window, took off and ran it. Looked like he was going to get there, but the safety ended up crashing down, able to get a huge stop there, preventing a touchdown.
Joe Meyer, the strong safety, won the race to the pylon and pushed the quarterback out. 19 seconds from the 3. Hill gets it, looks, throws middle, incomplete, but flags are down. Rynell Lewis, the tight end, the intended target. Looks like they're going to say Borelli, the outside linebacker, was holding him a little too much.
I don't know if it's going to be necessarily holding or not roughing the passer, but a pass interference, because it looked like he made a little bit of contact there.
That's what I was trying to articulate, the fact that he held him on the route. Nonetheless, even if it was holding, they'd be set up at the 1.
They're still going to be set up at the 1, I believe, since it was in the end zone. Or no, they're going to do half the distance to the goal.
So the 1.5 yard line is where he's at. 15 seconds. Hill in the gun. with one running back with him. He gets a snap, rolls left, still rolling, under duress, looks, he's going to tuck it and run. Hit at the pylon. Is he in? He's close. He's just short inside the 1. 8 seconds are left on the clock.
If you are Merrillville here, you just do a quick pass. You can try to run it in if you have confidence in your team.
It's inches. He's that close to the end zone, Chris.
It's almost, they're going to do the QB sneak, good old 92%er move here, it looks like.
Hill is under center for the moment. We'll see if he drops back. They have 2 guys behind him in the eye, Hill. And we have movement up front, and it looks like Merrillville jumps. They'll be pushed back 5 yards.
And that is a huge false start there, because now it kind of opens up the playbook more for the offense, but now you don't have an easy, quick little run, QB sneak, whatever you decide to do there. So now you do give Hill more room to run around and move around, but in the same breath, you got to hope that he gets the ball out of bounds and doesn't take a sack here, because if you take a sack, you're going to go into the half with nothing to show for this drive.
17-0 Merrillville, 8 seconds before we get to halftime. 4 wide, 2 on each side from the 5. Hill, straight drop, looking, has time, dances, rolls to his left, takes off. Now he throws at the last second, and he has a man wide open. Right, Sean Shelley with the touchdown. It's 23-0 Pirates. They score with a second and a half before half.
Yeah, and that's a great job by the wide receiver, just sitting there. He's not panicking, trying to move around and get wide open or anything like that. He saw everyone in coverage was nowhere near him. Hill did a good job of reading the defense there and making sure to get the ball to him.
2 touchdowns in the last 3 minutes of the half for Merrillville. They've broken it open. 23-0, and Gonzalez is on to try to add one more. Snap is down, kick is up, and it's right down the middle. 24-0. The lead for Merrillville. They are all over LaPorte tonight.
Yeah, again, that's a huge touchdown before half. I know you don't get the ball back, but essentially you are taking a ton of momentum into the half. You just scored 14 points within a matter of maybe 3-4 minutes to end the half.
There's 1.5 seconds left on the clock before we step aside for halftime, but that's a killer to the end of the half for LaPorte. It was 10-0 with just 3 minutes to go. Allowed a touchdown to Smoot. Got backed up, forced a punt. Merrillville marches it down with almost a textbook 2-minute drill there, Chris. With no timeouts, they marched that down.
Yeah, and that was a great job by their players getting out of bounds. I'm assuming the kick team's going to probably try to squib it. You don't really want a kickoff return for a touchdown right before the half, especially when this LaPorte team gets the ball back. You just knock the wind out of their sails. They get a kick return touchdown, wins right back. They've got momentum going into half, and they have a chance to score coming out of half then.
Gonzalez will boot it away. We'll see if LaPorte has any trickery up their sleeves with a second left in the half. Gonzalez, he will squib it, rolling, picked up at the 27, and LaPorte will just fall on it. And time has run out on the first half. 24-0, the lead for the Pirates. We'll have halftime coverage next. You've been listening to Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Hi, my name is Mark Machnick. I'm the owner of Mark Machnick CPA firm in Highland, Indiana on Kennedy Avenue. I've been working with Region Sports for years now. Started working with Chris years ago, just on some special projects, advertising here and there. After a while, kind of increased the advertising. Mainly was doing it for the community involvement. It's such a great network and program they do with the high school sports. But as time went by, I started getting on there more frequently. And then the phone starts ringing. And I was getting calls all the time from people. Hey, I saw your ad on so-and-so football game. I saw your ad on a basketball game. And it's really helped my business. It's increased the volume. We're a tight community in Northwest Indiana, sports-wise, and just a lot of community involvement. So that's mainly why I got into it. I remember watching one game. It was a basketball game, and I think there was a little bit of an altercation And as the altercation was happening, my ad was right on the bottom, and someone typed in, "I wonder what Mark Machnick's thinking right now." And I was thinking, wow, this is awesome. It's really been a great feature for my business. It's the only advertising I do. I don't advertise anywhere else other than Region Sports. You know, it's for the business, but mainly for the involvement with the community. I played high school baseball here in Highland. And ever since I've been advertising on Region Sports, a lot of my old coaches are now my clients. A lot of my old teammates come in here. My recommendation, if you're a business here in Northwest Indiana, I think Region Sports is, for your money, it's one of the best places that you can advertise. I mean, I can advertise on billboards. I could do anywhere I want to. And I choose Region Sports mainly because I get a lot of feedback. You know, especially on the high school level, a lot of the parents, if they can't make a game, they're watching it online. They're watching a replay, the grandparents. So it's done wonders for my business, and it's my go-to for advertising. It's the only spot I would advertise. So if you're a business owner in the area, really look into advertising on Region Sports. It's going to be well worth your money, and you'll make tenfold on what you're spending. Region Sports Network, they're the only game in town, but they're more than just a game.
Welcome back to Game Night on the Region Sports Network. 24-0 the lead for the Merrillville Pirates at halftime. Alongside Chris Figg, my name is Quincy Bell. Chris, this was a really competitive game up until the last couple minutes of that half. Merrillville really able to break it open at the end there.
Yeah, Merrillville was really able to break it open at the end, and a lot of it helps that you're starting in short field position every time you get the ball. You know, you're starting from the 49, from the 50, and I mean, it makes it easier and easier to score. You've already asked this LaPorte defense to make some heroic stops, heroic plays. They've gotten their offense back out there, but just right now it's been all Merrillville offense that last 3-4 minutes.
We have a few candidates for the Crowell Company's Lantern Man Superhero of the Game. There is still a half to play. But you could give it to Hill, the QB for Merrillville. He's been everywhere, making a lot of plays.
Yeah, you could give it to Hill. You could also give it to their running back, too, and Johnson, who's made some really key blocks on some of those big plays. And also he's made some big plays himself on those little, not necessarily a bubble screen, but just a halfback swing pass. You know, he's out there getting 10, 12 yards each time. But, I mean, Hill has made some very heroic plays, dodging sacks, you know, making sure to get out of pressure. And even when pressures come, you know, he's done a good job of not necessarily folding under it. Only have one interception, and again, it was trying to make a hero play in the end zone. Thought he could get the ball over the DB. DB made a good play. Can't be mad about that, but Hill has done a really good job this game.
Crowell Companies have offices open from 9 to 7 Monday through Friday, and Saturdays till 2 in Highland, Merrillville, and Michigan City. The Boilermakers Local 374 Blue Collar Player of the Game. I think we wrap up this award now. It's Reed Raymond of LaPorte.
Yeah, I mean, Raymond has been all over the field. He's running the ball. He almost had a reception. He's punting the ball. He's returning kicks. He's, you know, making tackles, almost making sacks. You know, it's just he has been all over the field. And, I mean, they finally gave him a little bit of a breather during that second quarter on defense, pulling him a little bit and even letting another guy punt the ball. But, I mean, he has been all over this field for the LaPorte Slicers and making plays in times that they need it on that defense.
Earn while you will learn with the Boilermakers Local 374 apprenticeship program. It's now time for the Strike and Van Til hometown scoreboard update. We'll give you some scores from around the region. A top 5 matchup over at the Brickyard. The Lowell Red Devils lead the Hobart Brickies 14-7 at half.
Yeah, and that's a big-time game right there. You know, we got to see Hobart play about 3-4 weeks ago against Portage, and they are
They looked really good.
They looked really good, but Lowell is good every year, and so is Hobart. So, you know, that's always a top matchup to go to.
Those are two smash-mouth football teams. That's for sure. The number 8th ranked Michigan City Wolves lead the Lake Central Indians 17-14 at half over in St. John.
Yeah, Michigan City, again, we got to see them play earlier in the year. They've got a ton of athletes on that team. They got a defensive end in Fields who's also able to play running back for them. And, I mean, again, it seems like they never get tired. You know, they come out stronger in the second half.
River Forest and Boone Grove. It's the Wolves of Boone Grove who lead the Ingots 22-12 at half. The number 1 ranked Crown Point Bulldogs at home are off and running against Valparaiso. They lead that one 21-7.
Yeah, and, Crown Point's always going to be a hard team to play, and Valparaiso's been a top team in the region every year. It's just hard when you're running into Crown Point every year, too.
Calumet is currently putting a beating on the Whiting Oilers, 30-0 at half in that one.
Yeah, and again, that is a huge score update. They're looking for a running clock in the second half if they're Calumet.
The Andrean 59ers ranked 3rd in the region sports top 10. They lead the Highland Trojans 28-13 at half.
Yeah, and Andrean, again, another team in the region, always good. They've been one of the top teams in the region every year. They did get to play Merrillville early in the year, not the result they would have liked. But they still have a chance to go out and win their conference.
Chesterton, the Trojans lead the Portage Indians 20-9 at half in that one from Portage.
Yeah, that's a really good Chesterton team. I got to see them play against the same LaPorte Slicer team, and they are, just like LaPorte, a very run-heavy team. They got a power running back there. They also do have a decent passing attack as well.
Griffith, the Panthers, who are creeping into the top 10 at number 7 in the poll. They lead East Chicago 21-0. There's been a lot of talk, at least between us, about Wheeler and how great they've been. They were able to beat Griffith in the GSSC Conference Championship game last year. They were both undefeated in conference play, played at the end of the year. Wheeler beat them, but they're looking at a rematch potentially this year. It looks like neither one of those two are going to lose a game before they play each other in Week 9.
Yeah, and Wheeler was a really great team last year, and they had a really great running back, but they were able to replace him with a guy that was a freshman last year, sophomore this year, that's taken off to the races this season.
Levi Murray.
It's a new quarterback in the system as well, and, again, he's taken off to the races. He's in the top 10 in passing in the region, so, it feels like they just reloaded, essentially, with the seniors they lost.
In the second quarter, the Munster Mustangs are tied with Hanover Central 7-7, a Hanover Central team that has not really met expectations this year. They were in the RSN top 10 in the preseason, started off at number 9. They currently are sitting at 2-3. Not an ideal start for the Wildcats, and Munster has given them a very tough game.
Yeah, and we were able to see Hanover Central versus Michigan City to start the season, and again, it was just a matter of Michigan City. It was a close game going into half. Second half, Michigan City came out swinging and had 2 huge defensive touchdowns.
That has been your Strachan Van Til Hometown Scoreboard Update. Strachan Van Til are your favorite Indiana-made grocery stores. This will be an elongated halftime, 20 minutes, because it is homecoming night here at Merrillville. So there's 11 minutes left for the halftime ceremony. We'll step aside for a moment. You've been listening to Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
At Strachan Van Til, we believe grocery shopping should be simple. Now, shopping is easier than ever with our new and improved website. Find what you need fast. Browse your favorite products, add them to your cart, and check out in just a few quick steps. Choose between convenient in-store pickup or let us handle the heavy lifting. From our shelves to your doorstep, skip the lines, shop your way, and spend more time on what matters most. With our rewards program, enjoy incredible savings and personalized offers every time you shop. Shop online now at strachanvantil.com or download our app today.
Hi, I'm Crown Company's Lantern Man. If you're a contractor, it's my job to make your insurance coverage simple and affordable. Because I know time is money, I'll come to your business. Certificates and bonds are a snap. Wherever you are, whatever business you're in, we've got you covered. As Crown Company's Lantern Man, I'm your insurance superhero.
Crown Company's insurance professionals. Highland, Merrillville, and Michigan City.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
From lighting up Friday night football to powering the classrooms that shape the students of Lake County, IBEW Local 697 is proud to support our region's schools and the communities we call home. A career as a union electrician could be your next great move. Your next cap might be a hard hat, IBEW Local 697. Powering futures. Powering the region.
Four Seasons Mechanical proudly serves Northwest Indiana, providing quality, reasonably priced, reliable service. With a quality and comfort guarantee, the professionals at Four Seasons Mechanical offer a wide range of services in heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Whether it's residential or commercial, Four Seasons Mechanical is there 24/7. To find out more, the website is fourseasonsmechanical.com or give them a call at 219-756-7020. Four Seasons Mechanical, your indoor air quality specialists.
Can't wait for summer, but dreading the heat because your old AC let you down? Don't sweat it out this summer. Call Economy Electric Heating and Cooling. The professionals there can fix you up. Install a central air unit that'll last for years. Your family deserves to stay comfortable. And with a 24/7 emergency service, comfort is just a phone call away. Give them a call at 219-923-4441 or check them out on the web at 4ajobdoneright.com.
Some see a wrestling match. We see a 6-minute lesson in grit. Some see a coach sending a runner home. We see a mentor guiding a student athlete into the future. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Earn while you learn from the best hands in the business. The Bricklayers Allied Craft Workers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. That's right, this is a paid apprenticeship.
I'm getting an education while learning a trade and getting paid for it.
The thing that surprised me the most about this apprenticeship program is the respect I have received after the proper time and training.
Classes start soon, so apply now. There are training centers throughout Indiana and Kentucky. We are the Bricklayers and Allied Craft Workers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. The best hands in the business.
Calling all current and future homeowners in the Northwest Indiana area. Whether you're buying or selling, Brent Wright is here to make your real estate journey smooth and successful. With years of experience, personalized service, and a deep knowledge of the market, Brent will help you find the perfect place or get the best deal for your property. Call today at 219-406-7195 and take the first step towards your real estate goals. Contact Brent Wright, the right way to buy and sell real estate.
When it comes to your money, you deserve more than just numbers on a page. You deserve someone who sees the full picture. Meet Mark Machnick, one of Northwest Indiana's most trusted accounting professionals. Whether you're running a business, planning for retirement, or just trying to make sense of tax season, Mark Machnick, located in Highland, makes it simple, personal, and believe it or not, painless. Contact Mark and his team today at 219-595-5290. Mark Machnick, CPA.
Life isn't always loud. Sometimes it's the quiet moments that matter the most. Of effort, of a dream taking root. And behind those moments, there's trust. Thank you for trusting Centier Bank with those moments and making us a part of your story. Thank you for the opportunity to earn your trust.
At Blyce, we're used to having the athlete shop at our store.
Down, sit, put.
But sometimes they get carried away. Blyce, this is where the athlete shops.
Hi, my name is Mark Machnick. I'm the owner of Mark Machnick CPA firm in Highland, Indiana on Kennedy Avenue. I've been working with Region Sports for years now. Started working with Chris years ago, just on some special projects, advertising here and there. After a while, kind of increased the advertising. Mainly was doing it for the community involvement. It's such a great network and program they do with the high school sports. But as time went by, I started getting on there more frequently. And then the phone starts ringing And I was getting calls all the time from people. Hey, I saw your ad on so-and-so football game. I saw your ad on a basketball game. And it's really helped my business. It's increased the volume. You know, we're a tight community in Northwest Indiana, sports-wise, and just a lot of community involvement. So that's mainly why I got into it. Yeah, I remember watching one game. It was a basketball game, and I think there was a little bit of an altercation. And as the altercation was happening, my ad was right on the bottom, and someone typed in, "I wonder what Mark Machnick's thinking right now." And I was thinking, wow, this is awesome. It's really been a great feature for my business. It's the only advertising I do. I don't advertise anywhere else other than Region Sports. You know, it's for the business, but mainly for the involvement with the community. I played high school baseball here in Highland. And ever since I've been advertising on Region Sports, a lot of my old coaches are now my clients. A lot of my old teammates come in here. My recommendation, if you're a business here in Northwest Indiana, I think Region Sports is, for your money, it's one of the best places that you can advertise. I mean, I can advertise on billboards. I could do anywhere I want to. And I choose Region Sports, mainly because I get a lot of feedback. You know, especially on the high school level, a lot of the parents, if they can't make a game, they're watching it online. They're watching a replay, the grandparents. So it's done wonders for my business, and it's my go-to for advertising. It's the only spot I would advertise. So if you're a business owner in the area, really look into advertising on Region Sports. It's going to be well worth your money, and you'll make tenfold on what you're spending. Region Sports Network, they're the only game in town, but they're more than just a game.
Welcome back. You've been listening to Game Night on the Region Sports Network. Halftime in its final moments here from Damari Field in Merrillville, Indiana. The home squad, the Pirates, lead 24-0 on homecoming night. They look to be on their way to a win, which would push them to 4-2 overall and 3-1 in the DAC.
Yeah, and you know, this is again, just a big win. You know, you're hoping that Crown Point's going to drop one of those DAC games and really make it a tiebreaker at the top. So every win's going to start counting up for you. But, you know, Merrillville's done a really good job in that second quarter of adjusting in the final 3-4 minutes of getting past that LaPorte Slicer defense.
I hate to break it to you, Chris, but I don't think Crown Point will be losing a conference game anytime soon, because they are just off and running and destroying teams this year. Not saying that they can't, but it would take a pretty big upset. They get these LaPorte Slicers next week at home.
Yeah, and you know, the big thing is anything can happen at any given moment on Friday Night Lights. You know,
it's true. They have a game at Chesterton, which could be a tough one.
Yeah, Chesterton's a really tough team. I mean, they've got a really solid defense, and you're going to run into the same thing with, you know, that Merrillville and those bigger schools have, is where it's going to be you have guys playing on one side of the ball. You maybe have 2 or 3 guys that play both ways, but for the most part, there's no really Iron Man athletes out there. They're mostly just playing on either offense or defense. So, you know, that's a benefit to both teams, and it's a benefit you see at times as well. And, I mean, this LaPorte Slicer isn't a small school by any means. You've got a couple guys playing both ways, but a lot of guys are only playing on one side of the ball. But, again, this LaPorte Slicer defense has been dangerous tonight. You know, that, as we said,
you cannot blame them for the 24 points against them.
It's hard because, you know, you can give them the blame for the first touchdown on the long drive, but after that, everything was short field position. And, I mean, they held the Pirates to 3 points for a solid portion of the end, towards the end of the first quarter, up until 3 minutes left in the second.
At least a quarter and a half of total time.
Yeah, and, you know, when you're punting out of your own end zone, or, you know, you're punting from the 20, you're not getting a lot of yards, it hurts. And, I mean, that can hurt you anytime. And Merrillville's shown that they can be dangerous with the punt return as well. So it's one of those things. This LaPorte Slicer defense has done their job. They're just asking the offense to do theirs as well. And we could see a comeback here in the second half if that LaPorte Slicer defense comes out, you know, firing again just like they were in towards the beginning of the first half up until the final 3 minutes. I mean, anything can happen. The Slicer defense isn't bad, and the offense has done a good job of not turning the ball over. They're not necessarily winning the turnover battle, or they are winning the turnover battle, but Merrillville has not let that stop them tonight.
You look at the last 6 years of Merrillville High School football. In the last 6 years, 5 of them, they have lost in semi-state. They have come tantalizingly close to making it to Indianapolis for a state title, but they've been just short in all of those years.
Yeah, and the thing is, they're going to run into Crown Point at some point in the playoffs, or are they in different A's?
So they used to both be 6A. Now Merrillville has been moved to 5A, so they won't have to see Crown Point.
Which is huge for them, because that's a team.
And huge for Crown Point, too.
Yeah, it's hard to beat a team twice in a year, and it's hard to play a team twice in a year. And where I was playing at in Kentucky, you played district play in the playoffs. So, you would play your district opponent during the regular season, and there's a chance that you would actually run up against some of your district opponents going into region. And it makes it a lot harder playing a team a second time. You would see a lot of upsets of teams winning that second game.
What I would like to see the IHSAA do is format the playoffs the way Illinois formats their playoffs. In Illinois, you have to be above 500 in the regular season to make the playoffs.
Yeah, and the way they do it in Kentucky.
In Indiana, everyone makes it. I think it would be fun to sort of give everyone, make the regular season a little bit more impactful.
Yeah, and it's a big thing too in Kentucky. You've got to finish in the top 4 in your district. You've got a lot of districts that are 5-6 teams, so you've got to win at least one game to sneak into the playoffs. And there's times that you would see a 4-team district, a team that didn't win a game all year, make the playoffs, and it's almost like, it hurts the other competition, but at the same breath I get, everyone makes it, because we've seen upsets in the past where a team that shouldn't have made the playoffs traditionally in most states, they make it in Indiana and they make a name for themselves in those first couple games.
I couldn't remember if I was talking to you about this or not. In the state of Indiana, do you know the team with the worst record to end up winning a state title?
I do not, actually.
There was a team, I don't remember the high school, I don't remember the year. My friend told me this stat because it was part of their team building exercise. They had a trivia night for their football team. There was a team that was 3-7.
Oh, wow.
Won a state title, ran the table.
And
I'm guessing it was like a 2A or 3A team that played a bunch of 5A, 6A teams in the regular season.
Yeah, it could be. It could be just like how conference play is out here. You've got 2A teams playing some 5A teans in conference play. Or
Andrean comes to mind.
Yeah, Andrean's always playing up in their competition, having to play some bigger schools. And honestly, with those smaller schools, it prepares them more for the playoffs in the long run.
It looks like we are about ready for the second half. LaPorte lined up in their kick return unit. Merrillville kicking unit walking slowly onto the field. I'll tell you, Benito Gonzalez, the Merrillville kicker, that guy has a boot. He was hitting from 50 during halftime.
Yeah, he's definitely got a leg on him, and he's definitely dialed it back on these kickoffs. First kickoff, he put it through the end zone. Since then, he's really been targeting it almost at the 5-10 yard line, and that's huge because now it gives your kickoff team a chance to either force them to make a play or force a fumble, but also it can be dangerous too when you've got a returner like Reed Raymond back there that's able to break multiple tackles.
24-0, the lead for the Pirates. They will kick it away to LaPorte. LaPorte will have it from left to right as we view it. Gonzalez runs up, gets it off the tee, and the second half is underway here from Merrillville. Raymond catches it at the goal line. He had to jump into the end zone, and that will be a touchback. The Slicers will set up shop at the 20-yard line.
Yeah, again, that's big for LaPorte. Even though Raymond's had some good returns tonight, you're still starting from the 20. You're not necessarily having to worry about blockers get out in space and block return or kickoff guys that are essentially getting almost a 10-yard head start to take off running at you.
LaPorte has yet to score in this game. They've yet to even be on the other side of the 50 in this game. It's been a struggle for this offense who runs the ball 80% of the time. Reed Raymond, their powerful running back, has had nowhere to move all game. This ferocious front seven for Merrillville has been terrific. Penslow to throw on first down, and it's caught outside by Kalen Matsky. His first catch of the game, a gain of 8. There are flags at the very end of this play.
I think there's going to be at least 5-10 yards tacked on. It looked like the Merrillville defender had a handful of the deep handful of the jersey as the receiver's trying to make a catch. But again, great catch by the receiver. Great throw there by Pennzoil, making sure that only his guy can make a play. And again, DB got caught holding there on the receiver. But, you know, you get a first down out of it and you start, essentially, you're further in this field than you have been almost all night.
They're at the 35 for 1st and 10 between the hashes. Pennzoil in the gun with Raymond to his right. Gets the snap. It is Raymond. Straight up the gut, lowers the shoulder, but he has nowhere to go. He's wrapped up for a gain of 1. You can't even give one guy a tackle. Everyone was in there. Keenan Sims is pumping his chest. It looks like he had first contact there, the nose tackle, who stands at 6 foot 380, plugging up that hole by himself.
Yeah, that is a big boy in the middle. And, you know, as I think we talked about it a little bit in the pregame, man. When you've got a defense tackle that's that big, you should put him right in the middle, put him on it, you know, necessarily what's called a shade technique, so between the center and guard, and make them have to double team him.
That's where he's at on this play, lined up right over the top of the center. 2nd and 9 for the 36. Pennzoil back to throw. He has nowhere to go. He's rolling out, and he's taken down for the sack. Damon Jones coming in off the end, gets to the quarterback for a big loss.
Yeah, and the Merrillville defense has moved more into, necessarily a lot of people call it different things. I always called it more of a bear look, where you've got 5 defensive linemen lined up, so you're making it big on big every play. You bring an extra linebacker, I mean, there's going to be no one blocking him coming in. So in order to
10 on that play.
Yeah, in order to adjust that, you need to have like an H-back, fullback back there to be able to pick up that blitzing linebacker. Again, it's just a hard thing with this offense. You know, again, they're known for running the ball.
3rd and 19 from the 26. LaPorte has a long way to go for the first down. Pennzoil with the snap, rolling, throwing, back across his body. It's caught by Cam McCarthy at the 40. A catch and run of 14 yards. They're still 5 yards short of a first down. And being down 24-0, Chris, they might keep the offense out and go for this one.
Yeah, I think they're going to go for it, but it looks like we got a Merrillville Pirate down, so it's going to stop the clock and give this offense time to really come up with a play call here.
Amari Eller, the middle linebacker, holding his knee. And so LaPorte will have some time to talk about what they want to do on 4th down. We'll step aside for a moment. You've been listening to Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
At Strachan Van Til, we believe grocery shopping should be simple. Now, shopping is easier than ever with our new and improved website. Find what you need fast. Browse your favorite products, add them to your cart, and check out in just a few quick steps. Choose between convenient in-store pickup or let us handle the heavy lifting. From our shelves to your doorstep. Skip the lines, shop your way, and spend more time on what matters most. With our rewards program, enjoy incredible savings and personalized offers every time you shop. Shop online now at strachanvantil.com or download our app today.
4th and 5 upcoming from the 40, and it looks like LaPorte will punt this one away. Jack Borelli gets the snap and gets it away. A good punt. Fielded and muffed at the 30 by Walker. Scramble for it. Looks like LaPorte might be on top of this one. And they are. LaPorte will have the ball in Merrillville territory for the first time today.
And that is a huge play for LaPorte, because now you are on the other side of the field. As we were talking about just a second ago, they haven't seen the other side of the field yet. They haven't been in Merrillville territory in offense all night. That is a huge muffed punt, and that's a huge momentum shift too. This LaPorte offense has come out swinging a little bit. You know, it was 4th and 5, but that is a huge play for this team.
1st and 10 for the 27. LaPorte down 24-0, but with just under 10 minutes to go in the 3rd. If they could get on the board here, they might be able to make things interesting. Pennzoil throws far side, in and out of the hands of Kalen Matzke. He had 2 Merrillville Pirate DBs on him. Pennzoil was lucky that wasn't picked off.
Yeah, I got very lucky. He almost threw it into triple coverage there. Ball was bouncing around. There was definitely an opportunity for Merrillville to get the pick. But, you know, I do like what this offense did there. Instead of having Raymond trickle out of the backfield to be open, they used him as an extra blocker to pick up that 6th guy coming.
It gave Pennzoil time to throw, but these Merrillville defensive backs are some of the best in the region. There was just nowhere for the QB to throw. 2nd and 10 from the 27, in between the hashes. Raymond in the backfield with Pennzoil. He'll roll out to his left, fires sidelines, incomplete again. Almost the same route there, Chris. And the same result, multiple Merrillville Pirate defensive backs on that post corner for the tight end, Nick Fox.
Yeah, and I mean, if he gets the ball a little bit higher in the air, I mean, again, the safety is still coming from the backside. Nick Fox would have had the first down, potentially a touchdown there, because you're asking a safety to try to bring down a big tight end there. So, it's a good play call. They've gone to the play action twice in a row. I have a feeling they're either going to do a short pass here or they're going to try to run it with Raymond to get them into a fourth and manageable situation.
3rd and 10. 2 receivers are down to the near side. 2 tight ends in the game. It is Raymond, straight at the gut, runs over the middle linebacker, a strong carry of 6. He's close to the first down, but not quite there. That's a guy, man, Reed Raymond, he's a guy who runs hard. It's hard to tackle that guy.
Yeah, and again, I don't hate the run call there. This defense is expecting a pass. Sometimes as a defensive coordinator, you're going to bring blitz on 3rd and 10. With this team, again, you don't really need to get pressure because they haven't been able to get the passing attack working, so you drop guys into coverage. LaPorte's able to catch them sleeping and get 5 yards out of it.
4th and 5. It's Four Seasons Mechanical. 4 down territory from the 22. Screen pass caught by Matsky. Breaks off a tackle with the spin move. Lunges for the first. It looks like he is just short. He's dragged down at the 21. He needed the 22.
But the slicers are short of the first.
He's just short of the first. Merrillville will take over on downs.
And again, great job by the defense. DB didn't really bite on he almost tried to play action but went straight to the bubble screen. The issue with the bubble screen, though, is you've only got one guy blocking out there. So if there's 2 DBs out there and they're running man coverage, it's going to be hard to get yards. I mean, and they were lucky to get up to the 20. It looked like it was going to be a little bit of a loss there. He broke off some tackles. Again, I would like to see like a halfback screen. Get your linemen out in space and have them hitting, a DB safety linebacker compared to having to block these defensive linemen every play.
24-0 Merrillville, and they'll look to add more. 1st and 10 for the 20. Handoff straight at the gut. Johnson. Nowhere to go. He's dragged down after a gain of 2.
Yeah, and this LaPorte defense, again, first play, they're coming out strong right now. Holding Johnson to only a 2-yard gain where he's been getting about 3-4 yards of carry. It's a great job stopping him right here. Just following the blocks and seeing where he's running.
2nd and 8 from the 22 near hash. 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. Handoff Cameron Jordan straight up the middle. The speedy junior has a gain of about 5, and he's just short of a first down.
Yeah, and that time Merrillville caught LaPorte not necessarily bringing 4 guys. They were going to try to bring 3, drop some guys in coverage, make them throw the ball. However, just didn't work out this time.
They gave him 7 on the carry. It's 3rd and 1. Another play-action pass over the middle. It's caught. First down, Merrillville. Darnell Bowles sitting in the middle of the zones. Found a soft spot, catch and run for a first down up across the 40 to the 43.
Yeah, Merrillville caught the defense looking at Lewis, thinking that he was going to get it to Lewis. It looked like he was going to throw a quick little pass to him. Had him wide open in the zone there, though, and was able to get it over to Bowles.
7:30 to go in the 3rd quarter. 1st and 10 for the 43 for the Pirates. They're bunching everyone up near the line. Play action again, straight drop for Hill. He has a ton of time. Rolling to his left, looking, throws across his body, and it's caught by Smoot in heavy traffic at the 40. He's out of bounds with a first down and a catch and run of 20.
That was a great catch by Smoot there, and also a good recovery out there by Meyer there. He was blitzing, saw his play action. He tripped up a little bit and was able to get out to the guy that was faking, or the jet sweep was fake to, so Hill wasn't able to throw it to his initial guy. But again, good job by Hill by not crumbling under the pressure and making sure to read the field.
1st and 10 for the 39. Play action again. Hill rolls, throws middle, caught by Bowles. Darnell Bowles immediately wrapped up after an 8-yard catch.
Yeah, this Merrillville defense is doing a little, or Merrillville offense is doing a little, dink passes, short passes, nothing super big. And what they've done is they've gotten their guys out in space that are really been the primary receivers this whole first half, getting the defense to focus on them and throwing it to the guys they haven't really thrown to this game.
2nd and 2, handoff Jordan straight up the middle, the speedy running back immediately at the second level, and he is wrapped up at the 25. It took almost every slicer on the field to stop his forward momentum.
Yeah, and I mean, again, he's a speedy runner, but he is also a strong runner. He was still fighting. offensive line came up to give them a little bit of an extra push to get an extra yard or two. This LaPorte defense has done a good job of stifling the run up until that point on this drive. So, you know, look for a play action here from Merrillville, or even that little bubble screen that they like to run to the running back.
Both running backs in the game, Johnson and Jordan on either side of Hill. It is Jordan, gets the carry to the second level, is tripped up by one of the linebackers at the 20. Looks like Leo Vargas, the middle linebacker, potentially saved a touchdown there.
Yeah,
he had a lot of space.
He had a lot of space. I think the safety might have crashed down and gotten him unless he was able to make a move. But again, this Merrillville offense is sticking to what worked in the first half. You know, you go to that split back look, hand it off to the backup running back and let Johnson get out in space and make some blocks.
2nd and 3. Johnson again to the second level. Once again, a powerful run straight up the gut to the 10. It's a Four Seasons Mechanical first down, and Merrillville set up 1st and goal.
Yeah, and I believe that might have been Cam Jordan on that. And he's done, again, a really good job of just reading blocks. That time they didn't have Johnson in the backfield with him. So moving to almost...
It was Jordan. One is number 2, one is number 21. It's a little hard to see.
It looks like they're going to stick with Jordan in the backfield.
Hill will throw, rolling to his left, still rolling. Flags are down. He rolls. He looks for the pylon. He's pushed out about a yard short, though we might see some more holding flags potentially.
It is definitely going to be a holding. You know, that's sometimes the issues you run into with the quarterback scrambling around. Defensive linemen start moving around, and you try to just hold on and make sure that they don't get to them, and sometimes you end up getting caught pulling a little jersey instead of just keeping your hands in.
I believe that might have been Tremaine Hemingway again.
On the offense. That's a 10-yard penalty.
If it was Hemingway, that would be his 4th holding penalty of the game.
Yeah, and that's huge. I mean, that's 40 yards on one player alone. And again, you know, this is a Merrillville offense that when it's been 1st and goal and long, you know, they've had some struggles there, and this LaPorte defense has really capitalized on those struggles, stopping them, blocked a field goal earlier in the game. So it's a Slicer defense that has done a really good job in these long situations. Empty backfield this time, though, for the quarterback.
Hill to throw, free rusher up the middle. Hill dances out to his right. Now he stumbles, and he loses the ball at the end. He was way back at the 35, and it looks like LaPorte's going to take over.
And that is another huge turnover for LaPorte to recover. And I mean, again, Merrillville, Hill did a good job of trying. He got out of that first sack, juked the guy essentially. But again, you know, it's one of those things that's hard when you're scrambling around and you start getting wrapped up. It's one of the, I think it's the first sack we've seen on Hill tonight.
Chad Rustbolt, free rusher, came in. Hill danced out of the way but got a little too cute, lost the ball at the end of that play. And LaPorte will take over 24-0 with 5 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. They are desperate to get anything going on offense. The only time they've been on the other side of the 50 was due to a muff punt. Pennzoil in the gun, straight drop, looks to throw, fires middle. Matsky in and out of his hands. Pennzoil threw it a little bit behind him.
Yeah, Matsky was wide open. You had 25 streaking down the field from Merrillville that might have made a play there, and that was a Eller that was coming down on him. But again, it looked like he was wide open, and it looked like he had nothing but green grass. If he outruns that guy, that's an easy touchdown for him.
So it's 2nd and 10 from the 37. Merrillville, despite being up 24-0, have made a lot of unforced mistakes in this game. A clean game, and they're probably up 49-0 in this one. 2nd and 10 from the 37. Pennzoil in the gun. Hands it Raymond. Stretch run. Lowers the shoulder, but he has nowhere to go. These Merrillville Pirates are everywhere up front.
Yeah, and it looks like they're using their second tight end as almost an H-back now. You know, trying to get an extra blocker out there, really help Raymond get more open space. But again, it's one of those hard things when you've got a Merrillville defense that's been very blitz-happy tonight. I mean, they're bringing a ton of guys every time, and it's just one of those things that they're daring them to throw the ball. Look for the play action. Look for the screen. You know, make this defense earn that blitz call.
Matsky is alone on an island to the near side, and that snap goes in and out of the hands of Pennzoil. Raymond picked it up while I was in the air, but he had nowhere to go. The Pirates immediately on him for a loss of 5, and another 4th down punt likely upcoming for LaPorte.
Yeah, that was a really lucky break by the Merrillville Pirates right there. And, you know, it was one of those things that it looked like you were going to have a wide receiver wide open on the side because you were bringing the house again. And you've got a guy on man-on-man coverage that's been doing a good job of breaking out of it.
24-0, the lead for Merrillville. 3:45 and counting to go in the third quarter. 4th and 14 from the 33, and LaPorte will punt this one away. Jack Borelli will kick it away. And we have whistles before the snap. And I don't see any flags. We may have had a timeout called. And so it's delay of game on LaPorte.
Yeah, and that's the second delay of the game, or delay of game on LaPorte. It's another big one. You know, you just made this punt farther. However, their linebacker coming in has been doing a really good job of punting the ball away every time he's gotten in. Borelli's got a pretty good leg on him. Seems like he's getting some good airtime with the punt as well as just giving his team time to get down there and make a play.
Darnell Bowles back to return for Merrillville. We haven't seen him back there yet today. It's been all Warren Brown and Curtis Walker. Low snap. Borelli gets on top of it. He's going to take off. Borelli around the 30, across the 40, cuts back. He's hit at the 45. That's 2 yards short of a first down.
Yeah, and you know, that's a great job by Borelli getting out of there. Sometimes punters try to pick the ball up and run, or not necessarily run it, but they try to punt it away still. He did a really good job. For a second, it looked like he was going to get the first down. And
he almost had it.
He almost had it, 2 yards short, but unfortunately, football is a game of inches or yards in this case.
2 yards short for the linebacker who doubles as the punter.
And it looks like Hill is not in the game right now.
Michael Hill has gone to the locker room. It looked like he got hit pretty hard in the head. Hopefully just a precautionary measure by Merrillville. But Darnell Bowles, the backup QB, is in, and he immediately hands it off to J.Q. Johnson running straight up the middle, and he's wrapped up for only a gain of 1.
Yeah, even though we've seen that Bowles is considered their third or backup quarterback, and he's got a nice little arm on him. I mean, the big thing is if I'm LaPorte right now and I see that Hill's out of the game, I'm bringing pressure every time. I'm going to start blitzing and having, 6 or 7 guys have a free run at the quarterback because you're making him essentially have to throw the ball and daring him to throw the ball.
Well, they brought pressure on that last play. Now they're lined up in a 3-4. Bowles in the gun with J.Q. Johnson to his left. Hands it off. It's actually Jordan who stops for a moment, runs forward, and has a gain of 8, close to a first down, and we have a late flag at the very end of that play.
Oh, there's multiple flags. I think it's going to be on both teams here after the whistle. It looked like one of the LaPorte players was saying something, and another flag flew, and then curious to see what it is, if it's going to be offsetting penalties or if they're just going to call it one way on this one.
I think you're right, Chris. I think offsetting penalties is the most likely outcome here.
And with it being after the play, the ball is it's not going to be a replay of second down, which is big for Merrillville. But at the same time, this game is getting a little chippy right now, and can't let that happen, because if you're Merrillville right now, you want to make sure that you can essentially put a nail in the coffin in this game. But if you keep getting penalized, it's going to make it a longer game for you and more opportunities for LaPorte to come back.
See.
After the play was over, unsportsmanlike conduct. Unsportsmanlike conduct. Offset. Those penalties offset on dead ball. Down count. Third down.
So offsetting penalties. The down will count. It's 3rd and 1 upcoming for the 28 for Merrillville.
And that's huge on sportsmanlikes too, because you don't
from the 37, not the 28.
If either of those players get another one, they're both out of the game, and I don't know if they would have to sit out the first half of the next game necessarily.
I think they might. Not sure about the rule there. 3rd and 1. Cameron Jordan in the backfield with Darnell Bowles. Bowles will keep it. QB run to the left. Has a first down up across the 30.
It looked like LaPorte was going to get him for a second with the shoestring tackle in the backfield. Unfortunately, he just broke right through it, and that's the problem with arm tackling. When you go in with an arm tackle, it makes it easier for a runner to break that tackle. And Bowles, we've seen it already. I mean, he is a good runner.
1st and 10 from the 29. We're under 2 minutes to go in the third. 3 receivers right side, 1 left side. Bowles, hands, Jordan running outside. He's wrapped up. Immediately in the backfield is Ethan Blair.
Good play by Blair there, and it's one of the few times outside of the sack we've really seen a tackle for loss on this Merrillville team. They've really either gotten back to the line of scrimmage or gotten 3 to 4 yards every time.
2nd and 12. That time, Jordan lost 2 yards. He's once again in the backfield with Bowles. 3 receivers and a tight end in as well. Bowles, hands, Jordan running left. Big hole up the middle, through to the 20. It takes 2 slices to bring him down in the red zone. He's just shy of a Four Seasons Mechanical first down. And looks like they are going to give him the first.
Yeah, and
Reed Raymond with the tackle, by the way.
It's like we said his name a lot tonight for LaPorte. And, that was a great run there by Jordan. Read his blocks well, was able to get out in space. I mean, he has been a dangerous runner when he's got nothing but green grass.
1st and 10 for the 19, 37 seconds to go. Bowles evades a sack, rolls, looking, deking and dodging. He'll take off and be tackled for a gain of about 2 or 3.
And you
near the
guessed
sidelines, 25 seconds.
Quincy, you guessed it, was Reed Raymond tackling him there. And, it's one of those big things, Bowles, it looked like he was going to try to throw it on the run there, and he made a good decision of tucking it and running it. Because, when you're not playing quarterback all the time, trying to throw on the run, even if you're an athlete, it's a very hard thing to do, even for star quarterbacks. It's not an easy task as some people may think.
The clock has run out. 3rd quarter over. Before we head into the 4th, one of the commentators in one of the old Madden games, whenever you would throw the ball across your body on the run, they would say, he made that easier than it looks. I encourage you to try to do that yourselves. You might have a hole in the wall to explain to your mom, but you'll have a great appreciation of how hard that is. 4th quarter next on the Region Sports Network, only game in town.
Hi, I'm Crowd Company's Lantern Man. If you're a contractor, it's my job to make your insurance coverage simple and affordable. Because I know time is money, I'll come to your business. Certificates and bonds are a snap. Wherever you are, whatever business you're in, we've got you covered. As Crowd Company's Lantern Man, I'm your insurance superhero.
Crowd Companies, insurance professionals. Highland, Merrillville, and Michigan City.
Put your 4s up, folks. It's time for the 4th quarter here from Damari Field in Merrillville, Indiana. The Pirates all over the Slicers tonight, 24-0. No points were scored in that 3rd quarter from either side. Merrillville was up 10-0 in the waning moments of the first half and then scored 2 touchdowns in the final 3 minutes to really break this game open.
Yeah, and this is going to be a big stand for LaPorte, even though it's only 2nd down. If you make this a 3rd and long situation, you can really bring the blitz because you're blitzing a quarterback that, again, is not used to playing quarterback. So, you're making him make more decisions, making him be a little bit more pressure to make a mistake.
2nd and 8 from the 17. Merrillville moving from left to right. Handoff. Jordan, nowhere to go on the sweep. He's immediately dragged down at the line. So 3rd and 8 upcoming, and we'll see if this Slicer defense does bring pressure.
I'm willing to bet LaPorte's probably going to try to bring 5 at minimum. They might bring 6 just to have a free runner off the edge. But I'll be curious to see if they decide to just drop into coverage and have someone maybe spy Bowles instead. That could be a potential answer to this as well. They're back into their traditional 4-2 almost.
Bowles, straight drop, looks to throw, sidelines it, it's caught by Smoot. He's been a killer on those out routes today, and he has a Four Seasons Mechanical first down at the 7.
And that's a good job there by Bowles, getting the ball out to Smoot, not freaking out necessarily as 6 guys are bearing down on him, and that's a good, I like the defensive call. It's just, again, it's hard because you drop guys into man coverage and you put guys on islands hoping they can essentially just cover their guy.
1st and goal from the 9. And looks like LaPorte jumped a little early. It should be an encroachment penalty. That would be on big number 99, Lucas Marshall.
Proud of that. Off start. Offense.
Oh, they said Merrillville moved first.
I think he saw the guard jump, and maybe that's why he moved, trying to get a little extra step.
From here, I just saw Marshall move, but a little flinch from the offensive lineman is all you need.
Yeah, and it's hard because, as an offensive lineman, you try to draw him off sides, but if you flinch, it makes it a lot harder.
First and goal from the 14. Bowles, straight drop, throws in the flat, caught by Jordan, looking for blocks. He breaks off a tackle, breaks off another one. He's through to the end zone. Touchdown, Pirates. It's 30-0.
That was a great run after the catch by Jordan. He had to break some tackles. Wasn't necessarily an easy touchdown. But again, arm tackling, one of the favorite things as a runner is when someone tries to arm tackle, because it makes your job a lot easier breaking that tackle, getting yards, or in this case, a touchdown. And, again, they went right back to that little halfback swing pass that they really liked in the first half on those three times they called it 10 yards, this time another 10-plus yard play.
Gonzalez out to try to add his fourth extra point of the day. And he does just that, booms it right down the middle, 31-0 Pirates, less than a minute into the fourth. We'll be back shortly. You've been listening to Game Night on the Region Sports Network, only game in town.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
At the conclusion of tonight's game, we'll name the Crowell Company's Lantern Man Superhero of the Game. Crowell Company's office is open from 9 to 7 Monday through Friday and Saturdays till 2 in Highland, Merrillville, and Michigan City. They are the insurance professionals proud to recognize the superheroes on the football field. Chris, do you have any candidates you'd like to shout out for the player of the game?
I believe you've got to give it to Jordan. He had a huge catch to really open up this game, and he may have just had the catch to really put the nail in the coffin of this game.
Two receiving touchdowns.
Yeah, two receiving touchdowns. He's done a great job of running the ball. Again, I just feel like he has really been a difference maker, but you can also give it to Hill, who I believe had 3 touchdown passes in the first half alone before exiting the game towards the end of the third quarter.
I think you're right about that. 3 first-half touchdown passes. We'll see if LaPorte can get on the board in the waning moments of this one. 31-0 the lead for Merrillville. We already talked about how Reed Raymond should have the blue-collar play of the game. Onside kick attempt from Merrillville. Kicked it way up into the air. It's muffed by LaPorte, but they're going to get back on top of it.
Yeah, and that's really a gutsy call there, because they're essentially what they're trying to do is they're trying to recover the ball, just get another touchdown. You'd start running clock at that point. But again, it's a little bit of a strange call in the same breath. You're up 31-0. There's really no need to do an onside kick. Maybe they meant it as more of like a pooch kick essentially instead of an onside kick, and it just went shorter than he thought. But again, Merrillville almost recovered it. They did a really good job of hitting the guy as soon as he tried to catch it. LaPorte did a good job of jumping on the ball, though.
Gonzalez kicked that way up into the air, and the Merrillville players were on top of LaPorte right when he caught it. So 31-0, but LaPorte will set up shop at the 40 for 1st and 10. Pennzoil back to throw, straight drop, looking, throws outside. It's caught by Cam McCarthy, his first catch of the game, a gain of 5.
Yeah, McCarthy slipped up there right after the reception. Again, a really great throw there by Pennzoil. He's done a good job, and it looks like this Merrillville defense has decided instead of bringing as much pressure as they have been, they're going to respect the pass more, because they're trying to prevent LaPorte from having a huge pass play, touchdown, kick an onside kick. This is still 10 minutes left. I've seen comebacks happen in a lot shorter time at 28-point games.
It is true. Never over till the clock hits zeros. Pennzoil. Play action, rolling out, he has room. He looks to take off, but sweeping up for the TFL, Warren Brown. He's been everywhere on defense.
Yeah,
I think his 3rd TFL of the game.
I believe so, and he's been doing a good job of running out there. And again, with Pennzoil there, you got to get rid of the ball at that point. There's not a lane to run. You've got a guy bearing down on you. Just throw the ball away, live to fight another down. Instead, you take a loss there. So you went from a potential 3rd and medium to 3rd and long.
I would throw Brown's name into the ring for player of the game.
Yeah,
so he had that big punt return back in the first quarter, 40 yards, brought him down to the 1.
And he almost had another huge one, too.
Which got called back because of a fair catch. So
yeah,
it could be a candidate there. 3rd and 10 from the 40. Pennzoil, straight drop. Merrillville bringing the blitz. Steps up towards nobody. That might be intentional grounding, Chris.
I believe that is. There is no receiver in the area. I don't know if they're going to throw a flag for it, though, which is kind of intriguing because he wasn't outside of the box.
I couldn't even tell you an intended receiver. There was just nobody on that half of the field, but it's already 4th and 10. They're punting it away.
Yeah, I think if you stick at 3rd and medium, you might try to run the ball and go for it on 4th down because worst comes to worst, you give it to them at your own 49, maybe the 50-yard line if they roll it short. But again, 4th and 10, just punt the ball away. Defense has been doing a pretty good job, only allowed 1 score in the second half.
Walker makes the catch at the 30, runs forward. Is tackled just beyond the 30. Return of about 6 or 7.
Yeah, and that's almost a hard return from Walker. You've got some guys bearing down on you. I would almost rather see a fair catch call, but he was able to get 5-6 yards out of it.
Those are those risky returns where if you catch it on the run and break a tackle, you're breaking off 30 yards, but high chance that you muff that one or get hit pretty hard.
Yeah, we saw it earlier with the muff punt. Again, you had guys bearing down on him, and he ended up muffing the punt. LaPorte got the ball in the best position of the game, just wasn't able to capitalize on it.
This Merrillville defense putting up by far their best performance this year. They've allowed 20 points per game. Not a terrible number, but I believe this would be their first shutout if they hang on to it. Handoff straight to the gut. Cam Jordan is gone past the 40. He's in a foot brace with Borelli, and Cam Jordan breaks out the afterburners all the way. 66 yards for the touchdown.
I think Jordan heard you try to take away the player of the game from him for a second, and he said, let me show you, Quincy. I'm going to break off a 60-yard run real quick.
He takes it away from the safety, Warren Brown, all the way 37-0, and we now have a running clock here at Damari Field.
Looks like we have a LaPorte player down. I don't know why they haven't called a time. There we go. There's the official timeout. He's cramping. I saw one of his teammates trying to help him stretch out, and just don't think he can get the cramp out.
We'll step aside for a moment. You've been listening to Game Night on the Region Sports Network, only game in town.
Hi, I'm Crowd Company's Lantern Man. If you're a contractor, it's my job to make your insurance coverage simple and affordable. Because I know time is money, I'll come to your business. Certificates and bonds are a snap. Wherever you are, whatever business you're in, we've got you covered. As Crowd Company's Lantern Man, I'm your insurance superhero.
Crowd Companies, insurance professionals. Highland, Merrillville, and Michigan City.
37-0 the lead for the Pirates. The LaPorte player that was cramping was able to get off the field. Gonzalez out to add the extra point. Snap down, kick up, kick good. 38-0 the lead for the Pirates.
Yeah, and Jordan already had a nail in the coffin earlier with that receiving touchdown, but that 65-yard touchdown, that's a backbreaker right there if you're LaPorte, and it's a hard thing to bounce back from, especially when you got running clock at this point. It's going to be a lot harder to even try to mount a comeback. At this point, if you're LaPorte, you're just trying to at least get a touchdown in, build some momentum going into next week, and just keep that momentum going next week, hopefully.
Speaking of next week, LaPorte will be at Crown Point. Merrillville will be at Valpo, so both these teams will take their talents on the road. Both Crown Point and Valpo are playing each other right now as we speak. And the score in that one is 28-7, Crown Point in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, and that's going to be a big game for LaPorte next week, so you definitely want to carry in more momentum into that game. I'll be curious to see if they keep the starting offense out, though, as well, because if you're going against a top team in Crown Point, you almost want to keep everyone healthy. But it looks like they're keeping the same return team out that they've had all night. So I'm assuming they're going to keep that first string offense out there. Might see Merrillville kind of go into the well and bring in some second stringers, let them get some playing time, as well as just, build their confidence just in case. You never know when someone's going to go down and you're going to have to step up.
Gonzalez, slow walk up, gets it off the tee, end over end kick, close to bouncing out of bounds, and it will land out of bounds at the 15. So LaPorte will have some okay field position here to start their next drive.
Yeah, they're going to get to start this drive at their own 35. It's probably the second best field position they've really started with this game outside of the one that was in Merrillville territory. So, again, capitalize on this, get a touchdown, live to see another day next week, and just carry that momentum into that big game against Crown Point.
8 minutes and counting to go in the game running clock for the rest of this one.
Please make sure you call or text your ride home and make sure they are here by the end of the game. Thank you.
38, the PA announcer just said, make sure your ride is here at the end of the game. Pennzoil hit as he throws. Warren Brown had a hand on that one, but couldn't quite get the pick. He had one go in and out of his hands earlier. Maybe if he comes down with both those interceptions, he'd be the player of the game.
I think Jordan really broke that off, and again, he's been having a really great game so far. Can't fault Brown, but again, it's just one of those things that Jordan has definitely been the game breaker in the second half, especially for this Merrillville offense. It started off a little bit stagnant, wasn't really getting anything going, had a huge fumble and also that muff punt, which you can't really blame the offense for. But this Slicer defense has been really good in the second half as well, up until those two touchdowns.
Pennzoil in the gun, two receivers far side. He's back, looks to throw, steps up, avoids a sack, but then slides down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. He lost a yard. It's 3rd and 11 coming up.
He tried not to throw as he got hit this time because that was almost what led to the interception on the previous play. He did a good job of getting out of the sack. Again, don't hate the call to slide there because you have a linebacker running, or either a linebacker or a safety running straight at you from 10 yards away. Sometimes it's better to just take the slide and almost hope they kind of hit you as you slide, because then it's a penalty. You get some yards out of it, but in the same breath, you don't want to get hurt either.
Absolutely. 6:30 to go in the game. 3 wide for LaPorte, 2 far side, 1 near side. Empty backfield for Aiden Pennzoil. Looks to throw. Merrillville's bringing the house. Pennzoil evades a stack, steps up. He throws deep down the sidelines and over the head of Matsky. Chris, he may have had a first down if he took off and ran for that one, but his eyes lit up as he saw the receiver way down the field, just overthrew him a little bit.
Yeah, definitely a little bit too much arm strength on there. I think he would have honestly probably gotten to the 50. It didn't. All of Merrillville's defense outside the guys that brought pressure were at the other 20, other 30, so you're probably going to get to the 50, maybe more. Even a potential for a long touchdown run if your receivers see that you're scrambling around, get some blocks. So again, just at that point, just tuck it and run. I get you see your guy wide open downfield, but in the same breath, just got to know the situation.
High snap, Borelli jumps, catches it, the punt is blocked. Screaming off the side and get into the block. Greg Hughes, the free safety. The punt rolled out of bounds at the 45, only 10 yards. Hughes screaming off the edge, looking a lot like D'Angelo Pons to start off that game last week for the Indiana Hoosiers.
And again, you can't blame Borelli for that. It's a high snap. He's trying to get it down, punt it away as soon as he can. Fortunately, just wasn't able to get it off. I believe that's 2 bad. Yeah, that's 2 bad snaps in the second half so far for LaPorte on a punt. One almost led to a first down for him as Pirelli took off, but just unfortunately, that time it leads to a shank and a block almost.
I'll tell you, that blocked punt at the start of that IU game last week, I was there. One of the loudest moments I think I've ever heard from a stadium. Fumble, snap, the ball is loose on the ground, still loose. Man, everybody got a hand on that one, and it looks like LaPorte's on top of it. The 3rd string quarterback into the game for Merrillville, Palumi Ojo, fumbled on the handoff of the snap, and LaPorte's getting the ball right back.
That is one way to build momentum going into next week, and that's a positive that LaPorte can take away from tonight's game. Unfortunately, offense may have not been able to get it going. However, you did win the turnover battle overall. You had an interception. That's your third fumble recovery of the game. One was a muff punt, one a quarterback strip. Again, it's one of those things that there are a lot of positives to build off of from this game.
Under 4 minutes and counting. Merrillville showing blitz. Pennzoil hands Raymond. He's wrapped up in the backfield. Francois Henderson, the second-string middle linebacker, breaks through for the TFL.
And again, this Merrillville defense has done a good job outside of the first couple power runs. When those linebackers are blitzing, they see that guard tackle pulling, they just follow the puller. That's the best thing you can do when you're on defense. Follow the pulling blocker. They're going to lead you right to the ball carrier every time.
3:20 to go. Two receivers up top for LaPorte. Whistles and flags thrown. It looks like someone moved early.
And that's going to go against Merrillville, so that's going to give you an extra 5 yards. Now you're going to be at 2nd and 6 compared to 2nd and 11, which is huge.
We'll give you another Strachan Van Til hometown scoreboard update, as a lot of these games are close to becoming final. Michigan City has broken open a lead against Lake Central. They lead that one 34-17. Chesterton at Portage, it's the Trojans who lead that one 27-16 in the final moments of the third. QB keeper, this time it's Gavin Beatty, the backup, who looks and rolls outside. He's close to a first down across the 50.
I believe they're going to give it to him. I saw the sideline judge waving his hands to move. Yep, they're going to give him the first down. And, that's something that you didn't see a lot with Pennzoil back there, who, again, doesn't have bad legs. He can definitely take off and run. Maybe move to more doing some read options with Raymond, giving him a chance to take a breather in between some of these rolling runs that he's had tonight.
2 minutes exactly now counting to go in the game from the 48. Gavin Beatty is still back there for LaPorte. The junior will take a few reps here. Gets the snap, keeps it himself on the option, looking to get around the edge. He cannot. He's hit hard after a gain of about 3.
Again, quarterback run. It's been working so far on this drive. I know it's, again, mostly second string versus second string. There's still a couple of first string Merrillville Pirates out there. But again, that is something that I saw against Chesterton. They do some QB sweeps with Pennzoil. They'd get pretty big gains out of it, 5-6 yards. But I think tonight they were hoping that Raymond would really be able to break this game open tonight. There was a couple of times it looked like he was going to. Just weren't able to capitalize fully on all those runs.
1 minute to go in the game. We'll see if LaPorte can get on the board and have something to take on the bus ride home. More whistles, and I believe another delay of game penalty for LaPorte.
Delay of game.
So 46 seconds and ticking as LaPorte moves back 5 yards.
And that's something that, you got to take from this game. That's your third delay of game penalty this game. And I get these are the backups too, but also you had one coming out of a timeout basically earlier in the game.
30 seconds and counting. Beatty in the gun with Bryce Jones in the backfield with him. High snap, gets it rolling out. Has time, steps up those deep down the field. It's caught. Cam McCarthy breaking off tackles. Dragged down at the 22 with a Four Seasons mechanical first down. 10 seconds to go. It looks like LaPorte will not call timeout, and that will do it. Final score, Merrillville 38, LaPorte nothing. The Pirates move to 3-1 in DAC play and 4-2 overall as they begin their pursuit for their first trip to Indianapolis in a long time.
Yeah, and this Merrillville Pirates team is a really good team. Had a good game against Crown Point earlier in the season. And, this defense is strong. It's a very good defense. Offense is good. A lot of play action. Really good at throwing the ball overall.
It's time to name some awards. First of which, the Crown Company's Lantern Man superhero of the game. I'll let you take this one, Chris.
I believe we can both agree that it is Jordan tonight. He had 3 touchdowns, one a huge rushing touchdown of 65 yards. Had well over 100 all-purpose yards, maybe almost 200 all-purpose yards. And again, he was just the lightning rod on that offense in the first half with that first opening touchdown, and in the second half, that huge run, as well as that receiving touchdown.
Crowell Companies have offices open from 9 to 7 Monday through Friday and Saturdays till 2 in Highland, Merrillville, and Michigan City. Congratulations to Cam Jordan. Next of which will be the Boilermakers Local 374 Blue Collar Player of the game. I'll let you take this one as well, Chris.
I believe, again, we can agree on this. It is Reed Raymond. He was all over the field for LaPorte on offense, defense. Again, making plays on both sides of the ball. Ended up punting the ball a couple times and even returning some kicks, And again, he was the heart of this LaPorte team tonight. Made some good or big tackles that prevented first downs or even a touchdown at times.
Just because I know Zach is going to look back at the broadcast for the Instagram post, Reed Raymond was a running back, linebacker, punter, and kick returner.
I have a feeling
that is impressive.
We might have seen a field goal kick out of him later in the game potentially. Obviously kidding.
Congratulations, Raymond. Earn while you learn with the Boilermakers Local 374 apprenticeship program. And last, but certainly not least, the proud Union home play of the game presented by Ironworkers Local 395. We have a couple of candidates. I liked the Michael Smoot post corner to make it 17-0. Really kind of broke the Pirates out of a slump on offense and broke this game open.
I do really like that touchdown. I also like that huge punt return as well, where the ball was bouncing around. LaPorte was just waiting for it to stop. And
Warren Brown, big
Warren
50-yard return there.
It only, unfortunately for Merrillville, it only turned into 3 points. But again, it seemed like they had all the momentum in the beginning, and that really set the momentum for that punt team. The LaPorte punt team had to end up respecting the ball bouncing around and respecting the returner as well more after that.
So we're between two plays. We will let our producer Riley Doyle break the tie. Riley, who are you giving it to? So he's going to pick the return by Brown at the start of the game, which really set the tone. I do like that candidate. Thank you, Riley, for breaking the tie there. To find out how you can become a Union Ironworker, visit ironworkers395.org. We'd like to thank everyone that helped make this broadcast possible. Our executive producer, Chris Ramirez, our operations manager, Rich Castillo, our sales manager, Heather Ames, our coordinating producer, Zach Miller, and our sports director, Mike Dewan. For myself, Quincy Bell, Chris Fig on color, Riley Doyle, clicking all the buttons and knobs. Thank you for producing tonight's broadcast. A special thank you to the coaches of tonight's game, LaPorte's Austin Eppel and Merrillville's Brad Cease, the athletic directors, Steve Santana of LaPorte and A.B. Beckman of Merrillville, and for all of you watching on Facebook, YouTube, regionsports.com, and on the IHSAA Champions Network, thank you. Have a great rest of your Friday. Make sure to take care of yourselves and each other. I hope you don't mind.